What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Matt Stenson, Neocharge on BSN. And joining me, as always, is Bob Harriman, the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN for episode number 21. How's it going, man?
We're legal.
Yeah, we are. 21.
21. Finally, I can crack a beer. Too late.
Yep.
It's been going good, man. Just busy burning both ends of the candle. I'm running on like a combined total of like 8 hours of sleep this week, and it's Wednesday, so I'll let you do the math.
You and me both, brother. Joining us as well, a very special guest, one of my good friends and a listener of the show, and he runs basically the biggest Metroid fan site on the web, Ryan Barrett. Ryan,
what's
on
up?
Discord. How's it going, man?
Hey, pretty good. Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it, and it's good to be here.
Of course. Yeah. You are basically the master of everything Metroid, and have been a very good friend of mine for a while. I was on your watch along or reacts show for the Nintendo Direct and had a lot of fun there. We're going to talk all about that on this episode. So yeah, happy to have you on the show, and good to finally have you as a guest.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Happy to be here. I just want to be clear. It is the Metroid database is the website that I run. I don't know if you mentioned that yet, but that's our, also our Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, also X now, I guess, Blue Sky, Threads, at Metroid database on that. We also have a shop. It's a Shopify shop where you can get all your cool Metroid swag if you want. But yeah, Metroid database is a fan site that has been going on since 1996. So we are older than Google, and we are going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary next year in 2026. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to say that, and I'm very excited.
That's awesome. Yeah. The site's incredible. It has a lot of information. There's a lot of love and care that goes into it. And everything Metroid is on there. And like I said, the biggest Metroid fan site on the web. So yeah, Metroid database. I've always been a big fan of it. And I'm always been a huge Metroid fan. And yeah, so it's awesome. 30 years, man. Holy shit.
I know. Crazy.
That is crazy.
That's longer than some people have been gaming. Am I right, folks?
That's true. Yeah, happy to have you on. And we're going to get your input on the Nintendo Direct. We're going to get a little bit about what you're playing, because you stream on Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not as much as I want to, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining. Where can people find you there?
Yeah, it's just, again, at Metroid Database on Twitch, twitch.tv/Metroid Database as well. I've been playing SIlksong like the rest of the world. But yeah, we can talk about that later.
Cool. Good deal. Let's just get into what we're drinking real quick. Ryan, you're drinking some soda or water?
No, it's just plain old water today. Yeah.
The responsible one. The responsible one. Though Texas does have some pretty dang good beers, honestly.
Yeah.
So I visited there, and we went to Jester King, and they had some really awesome sours. Really cool brewery. Really good pizza too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Bob, what are you drinking?
I've got a returning friend to the show here from Living the Dream again. Excuse me. This one is the Powder Run, which is that cream ale with vanilla. I was in a hurry this evening trying to get beer for for playing games and the show, and I saw it and I was like, you know what? Hey, I know that one. I don't have time to play around. I'm grabbing it off the shelf.
There you go. Beers come in 6-packs, and you get 6 of them. So I have a returning one as well. I'm drinking the Bird of Paradise Fruited Sour Ale. It is from Cerebral Brewing. Oh, yeah. It's really good. It's got like blueberry, boysenberry, blackberry, and raspberry.
Wow.
Yeah. So another brewery from Denver, specifically Aurora, Colorado, and it is a tasty sour, capping off summer because we're almost into the fall, and we're gonna have all those fall beers. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. So how's life been, Ryan? How's life been? What have you been up to?
Uh, it's been okay. Some personal stuff has been kind of bringing everybody down, but other than that, it's been okay. Got a lot of good game news to look forward to, and yeah, I guess I'll talk about this. I have a kind of a side hustle where I paint. I'm a painter. I'm an artist, and you can find me on Pixel Art Paintings. It's the other thing I do. So I create pixel art with my hands, and I just use an acrylic medium on canvas. I've been doing that since what was it, like 2004, 2005. So
You've been doing
quite a
it for a
while.
while, yeah.
Yeah, I started doing that in college. But on top of that, pixelartpaintings.com, you can find it there. On top of that, I also sell stickers. So I do this kind of combo where I go to conventions in Texas in local areas, and I sell my paintings and I sell my stickers there. So Pixel Art Stickers is another thing, pixelartstickers.com. You can check that out.
Yeah, and your paintings are honestly incredible, and
Thanks.
you're a professional, and they're works of art. So if you guys like high quality, very colorful, very rich pixel art, handcrafted canvas pieces, Ryan's your guy. Pixelartpaintings.com. And
yeah, so it's just I was mentioning that that because it's very hard work to just pack up all your shit and take your stuff to a convention and set it all up, sit there for 2 or 3 days and deal with people over a weekend, and then break it all down again and take all your
right.
stuff home. So yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't go to too many shows just because of the work involved, but I'm just an independent artist trying to get by. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fun little side hustle I do.
Gotcha. And you're on the heels of leaving one of those conventions, so you're kind of like unpacking. You've been unpacking for a while.
Yeah, my next
So
show is going to be in November, the
okay.
Houston Pinball Festival,
Oh,
which
very cool.
I can talk of that briefly. Basically, the Houston Pinball Festival started out as a dude's birthday party, and it basically just evolved into one of the largest pinball shows in Texas. And the show is crazy because it's basically a bunch of Gen Xers and millennials partying up until like 4 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And they have this big theme called Yacht Rock. I don't know if you know what Yacht Rock is. And
Mm-mm.
well, yeah, Yacht Rock. It's kind of a joke. It's trying to say like people with a lot of money have yachts, right? And they listen to yacht rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the music is. But yeah, so they give out like captain's hats to people, and it's like part of their yacht rock deal. But yeah, they have like live bands playing, and there's tons of arcade machines and tons of pinball machines, and that's a great time. So yeah, that's coming up in November.
That sounds amazing. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Might have to come to Austin for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a hell of a time.
Yeah. How about you, Bob? How's life been for you?
No, like I said, been for a while there, it was really quiet. Everybody was playing Hollow Knight or Silksong, sorry. I was over there quietly hammering out as much as I could of MGS4, and then
3.
Or 3 Delta.
Oh, Delta. Yes.
Yeah, hence why I said 4. But then you turn around, and then all of a sudden, I am spending night after night after night, getting no sleep, working and playing. Quite frankly, well, we'll get into it later, but a very,
We
very
sure will. We sure will. I've been doing the same. I've been playing the game that we're going to talk about in the what we're playing. Not a whole lot. I've been trying to always keep in shape, and trying to eat healthy. Fall is on the way, so I'm excited for fall. But other than that, yeah, health is, oh man, the older you get, health is like very important. And I just want a little PSA here. We're not health experts. We don't give fucking health advice, but dude, like, just go get your blood work. Go get your RPG life stats. It's so important. I found out a couple things that I'm dealing with. Don't have to go get into it, but it was found with the blood work. So it's just super important you stay on top of your health. Health is wealth, and what I like to say is if you have 1,000 problems in life, the moment you have one health problem, you have one problem in life. And health is so important. So go get your blood work. If you have health insurance, it's covered, and it's just super important. And the older you get, the more important it is. So I've been dealing with that shit. So
Hey, let me ask you this: have you guys ever had a physical, like quote unquote physical? Really? See, I've never had one.
Oh, dang.
I'm almost 45. I've never had one in my whole life.
Yeah, when they grab your balls and they're like, turn your head and cough.
Maybe. I mean, is that part of it? Is that part of the physical? Yeah, but I just, whatever the traditional physical is, haven't had one in probably, I don't know. Yeah, a long time. Decades.
Wow.
Decades. Yeah. So.
Huh.
Yeah.
I had to go through that full battery to join the service, so I know all about that. But funny story about the physical and what you just said there, Matt. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say who, because for all I know, he listens to the show. But a good friend of mine in high school, I went to go do physical when I was entering high school for some kind of a program. Went to the family doctor, had to drop the trowel, do the cough, the whole night, like you said, right? Found out that family doctor was my best friend's mom.
Oh. It's awesome.
Yeah. Once I realized that, I went, oh, shit. Just a little funny story.
I know you're my friend, but your mom's touched my balls, and it felt good.
I never mentioned it. I just never could. I never got the gumption to do it because by the time it clicked, it was like, I don't know, man. Like, this just creates an awkwardness. And then, of course, I grew out of that weird stage, and now I really don't care.
Yeah. You ever had a prostate exam, Ryan?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Probably need one, or a colonoscopy. Never had one of those either.
I had to have a colonoscopy for one of my medical things when I was a kid. But yeah, prostate exam. You ever have one, Bob?
Yeah. It's no fun.
Bend over and I'm going to shove 2 fingers up your ass.
Oh my God.
That's basically what it is. Wow. Hey, man, we warn everyone in the beginning, this is unhinged. Okay. So
talking about old man problems here.
Right. Yeah. Prostate exam happens when you're like 40. So yeah, just go get your prostate check. Go get a physical. Go get your blood work done.
Everyone skip to like 5 minutes in if you don't want to hear us talk about prostate exams.
Oh, that's why they're here, man. Yeah, just dealing with some medical stuff in life. Gonna get it figured out. Nothing critical, thankfully. So getting some answers and figuring that shit out. That's where that came from. And so yeah, I just wanted to stress the importance of just get your blood work done. So that's why that came up. Anyways, so Discord's been popping off. We've been having some fun on there. We have spoiler channels now, and that's been fun. A couple people have gone in and they're like, they go into one of the channels and they're like, I'm about to play this game, and I'm like, don't be in here then.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, we got some spoiler channels. We got some new members. So thanks for joining. If you're not part of the Discord, where can people join, Bob?
Oh, me? No. You can just pull up that browser of your choice and find us at shapesofgaming.com. There you'll find the landing page with all of the links to not only the socials, but our Discord invite as well, and the Twitch channel, which we recently started spinning up, and I'm doing some streaming of whatever I decide and whenever I decide. There's no set schedule, so just keep an eye out. Make sure you go leave those nice comments, subscribe as much as you can, and find us there. You'll see it, shapesofgaming.com.
Yep. And on Twitch, if you go to our Twitch channel, turn on those notifications, you'll get notified every time Bob goes live, or sometimes Bob and I go live, because we were live last night. We're going to talk all about that. Yeah. So Discord's awesome. That's where all the conversation happens. And we were going to try and get video done, get on video this episode. We underestimated how much processing goes into that after. And we record in the evenings, and I try and get everything scheduled before I go to bed, and the processing took longer. So we're trying to figure that out. That's pretty much the only thing holding us back, is the post processing that our system does after we do the video. So we're trying to get there, and we're almost there. But yeah, we don't have a timeline for that. It'll be soon, let's just say, and you'll get to see our beautiful faces. Other than that, what do you say we let's do news after, and we'll do what we're playing, because I want to get into what we're playing, because Ryan, you're playing a lot of good stuff. We want to hear what you're playing, and Bob and I have been playing some good stuff, and I want to talk a little bit about Silksong. I know you do too, Ryan. But Ryan, you want to take it away? What have you been playing? What have you been gaming? This is a gaming podcast. We talk about games, right? Let's talk all about what you're playing.
All right, not Silksong. I did want to mention I went through Metal Gear Solid Delta a few weeks ago. Carrie was like here watching me, because the whole time, see, I've never played through the original 3. I started the original 3 many times. I started it, but I never finished the original 3. So I never really knew how the story played out in the original 3. So, playing through Delta, it was kind of an eye-opening experience for me a lot of times. And I was introduced to this crazy cast of characters. One of the guys is basically like an X-Man. He's like a mutant villain, basically. So, yeah, it was a pretty good remake, and I kept asking Kara, I was like, is this how it plays out in the 2? And she's like, it's shot for shot. It's shot for shot the whole time. Carrie's my wife, by the way. But yeah, it's a shot for shot, scene for scene, 100%, 1-to-1 remake with remaster, more or less, with just better graphics. And there's a few little interesting things in there. But yeah, it was a really fun game. As far as like Metal Gear Solids go, personally, well, here's the thing. So right after I beat Delta, Carrie's like, we got to play 4. So she whipped out her copy of 4, and we just sat there and we played through 4. And I personally enjoyed 4 more than 3. I think 4 is a better game overall. Yeah, there was so many things about 4 that I was like, holy shit. Yeah. If I was like a Metal Gear Solid fan at the time, when it came out, I would have lost my fucking mind. It was so great. But let me go back to 3 real quick. 3 was cool. It seemed really it seemed like they were just trying to do Solid Snake James Bond, the whole thing. It was like this, super spy. He's a fucking super spy. Just even with the intro song, it was like this Solid Snake super spy thing. And it was kind of a self-contained film to me. It was a short and sweet little film, whereas 4 is like this epic sprawling universe that like goes on, and there's all these references and all these characters, and if you didn't play 1, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Or 2 or 3 really. Right. But yeah, and it all came together in 4. But yeah, 3 was cool. 3 was cool. Or Delta. Yeah,
one of the greatest intros in video games. That song,
absolutely. Yeah.
Incredible. And you played pretty similar to me, right? You just you try Stealth, and then the moment you got
you get caught,
you just start blasting. Fucking blasting.
Basically.
There was a point at the end, a specific mission, I don't want to spoil anything, but you had someone with you and you had to guide them. I was just using the fucking rocket launcher.
Wow. Yeah.
So
yeah, the ending gets pretty crazy, I must say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
I just got to say, what a weird whiplash you gave yourself there, Ryan. Because I'm assuming you played 1 and 2,
yes.
but you played Delta, and then you go into 4. You're going from one end of the timeline to the very other end of the timeline, back to back.
Right.
But I do have to ask. So, is there a specific reason you never really played through the original? Was it like life or just something?
I think it came out when I was in college, if I remember correctly, and I never even owned a PS2. I played my roommate's PS2s at the time, and that was mostly GTA 3. They were like completely just all they cared about was GTA 3. So it's not like, oh, let's play this single player stealth game. They're not going to give a shit about that. So yeah, that's kind of why I just went past 3 in the day. Yeah.
No, I get it. I played it once and I got through it like maybe twice, but then it kind of fell off the radar. I just never played it because you think about it, it came out so late in the PS2 life cycle, and then that was right at the time where people my age or elder millennials, we started growing up and going to college or whatever it was. So I was just curious because your Delta does a really good thing with the modern controls and kind of like bringing it to 2025, but I do know there are some and I know Metal Gear 1 and 2 get this hate, but I think 3 is really really bad in terms of the way it controls the original. That is it is very very rough, even for me as a supreme Metal, or not supreme, but a very very deep Metal Gear fan. 3 just was rough in that regard, so that's why I was curious.
I saw that too. The CQC, like, it's awesome, but if you're just tapping that left stick a hair, you're not gonna like grab them and get all your options. You're just gonna fucking choke slam them down. So
that's what I did.
Right. The control scheme was a little interesting, and then you can hold them up and they'll like shake items out. I found that out. That's from the original.
I played the PC version, by the way, and I must say I don't know if it's like this on PS5 version, but the PC version specifically had this really bad brightness issue. And it was like I would be going into caves and shit, and it was like pitch black and you couldn't see shit. And I was like, I had to go into the video settings and turn up the brightness to actually find my way around the game. And I was like, this is wrong.
That sounds like HDR. Do you have an HDR monitor?
I knew you would mention that. I turned off HDR because I can't seem to get it to calibrate properly on my screen. So it wasn't an HDR problem. And it was, HDR wasn't enabled anyway. So it was a strange little thing I noticed about playing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise it was gorgeous remake.
Oh yeah. There were some jaw-dropping cutscenes. They did an amazing job, and like Carrie said, it really was shot for shot. Like they didn't change anything, and as they shouldn't, because it's a masterpiece on its own. So yeah, but you are playing a little Silksong. You are. I want to hear it.
I was.
You put it down?
You want to go into it? Are we going to segue into Silksong now? Wait, Bob, are you playing Silksong?
No. Oh, and if I get to it, it's probably going to be in the 2030s.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, don't do it, man. Don't do it. All right, so Matt, I think I have officially quit Silksong.
Really?
I played even with the mods. So even with the mods. I played a very long time. I got to the what is it? The Morwing boss. And
it's optional.
Still,
how many hours would you say you get in
overall total?
Yeah.
10 at least.
Okay.
Maybe more than 10.
That's a good chunk to see if you actually like or don't like the game.
Right.
For sure.
I got to a point, so I got a little further. I installed the mod. I beat Morwing. And the mod is, I think the mod is very not very changing of the game. It just balances it. It balances it for the people who aren't like in these incredibly patient, hardcore fucking people that all they do is live and die by Dark Souls type games. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Yeah. So I use that to kind of ease it because I didn't want to give up. It was my last chance. I didn't want to give up. So I gave it one more shot. And then I got to the point where you have to beat those, the conch flies. And then there's this area where you have all this wind and sand getting through it. And that's where I stopped.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that area, but that's where I stopped.
The Sands of Karak that's optional.
Did you say Korok?
Karak. Yeah, right.
Thank you, Ryan.
He's got a little Korok that you shake. It does the little jingle
inside of it.
That where the conch enemies are, that's optional. The other place you were talking about, I don't know if I wanted to say the name. I kind of feel like names are spoilery, but the area where all the wind and everything, you do have to get through that, and
and there's like sandworms coming up from the bottom, right? And you have to like glide over them. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And I was like, no, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Fuck
dude.
This.
But here's the thing, Ryan. Here's the thing. After that level, after you get through that level, you hit a boss, and after that boss, the best part of the game happens.
I don't care.
And the best part of the game starts to go. Just come on. You get to this place.
I don't care. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't care. It's because the game deliberately makes you feel weak the whole fucking time. No matter what you get, no matter what power-ups you buy, no matter what power-ups you earn, no matter how many masks or energies you get, or how many rosary beads you get, or whatever you collect in that game, it's not enough. You're still this weak sauce Hornet. And I think a lot of people who played the original Hollow Knight can agree with me to say that Hornet was like the most fan favorite of all the characters in the game. And it's literally why they turned her into her own game. And then you're playing like this most watered down weak sauce version of Hornet. And that was very demotivating for me to not be able to play as Hornet in her full power, or even remotely close to her full power. And it's just like, it never ends. It never ends. I beat that boss. I get the wall climb. Finally, I can fucking climb on walls like Mega Man X. And I'm like, okay, great. I now I have a move that should have been standard from the fucking get-go. But no, I had to earn that first. And even then, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's never enough.
Gotcha.
The whole game.
You beat the original Hollow Knight though, right?
Yes.
That's a feat.
But yes.
That's a feat.
I didn't 100% it. I know you did. I don't care about platinums. Yes, I don't care about trophies. But yeah, I went through Hollow Knight and I loved it. It was great. And looking back on that experience, you have to really change your mindset. Just like in SIlksong, you have to go into it with a different mindset. It is not like any other Metroidvania out there. And once you kind of accept that, maybe you'll be more willing to play. But for me,
it's punishing.
Yeah,
it's punishing.
It is.
I did beat it. I beat SIlksong.
Oh, congrats!
I rolled credits. But how do I put this?
That's probably not the end of it.
It's not the end of it.
Yeah.
So I went through, I've been trying to clean up the map, and I found this section that I went through that really fucking pissed me off. Like, it was, so it's notoriously known as the worst level in the game. All the community hates it, and it's punishingly hard. There's poison everywhere. The enemies are tanks. It's crazy hard. And I did put it down after that. I put it down because I was just frustrated. I completed that section, thankfully, begrudgingly, like you said. But that left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. It's still the best Metroidvania I've ever played. And I did beat the original Hollow Knight, and I love this one. And yeah, it's a different mindset. You have to have patience. You have to have perseverance. You have to. It does reward you for exploring, so you do have to explore every nook and cranny. You have to find the breakable walls. I do disagree with you just a little bit on that. You don't feel powerful in the beginning. For sure, you do. I mean, it's just like with the Metroid game, right? She loses all her powers, and you start gaining them back.
They punish you for being weak, though. They
yes.
throw these incredibly powerful enemies that are just even the shittiest little tiny purple scrub.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 3 pixels tall. It still has 3 hit points, and it'll kill you. You know, it'll kill you. It's like a little turd flying around on wings, and it'll still kill you. And
that's the Souls part. That's the Souls part of it.
Right.
So,
and I will say this: there's 2 things that come to mind that I do like more than it was an improvement over Hollow Knight, the ledge grab, and then the what would you call that? Your corpse. Those were the 2 things I really liked. Is instead of you don't have to fight your ghost anymore, you can just go over to your cocoon and break your cocoon. And I like that a lot more than Hollow Knight. And then of course the ledge grabbing is a lot more fun. It's kind of like fusion, and it made the game feel smoother overall. So
still overall an incredible experience on my end. But that level, I'll go back. I do want to get the final ending. Let's just say that. And
don't do it, Bob. Don't do it.
He's still going through Hollow Knight, the original.
You probably don't have to worry about that. I quietly put Hollow Knight down, not a rage quit, and I still have to do that first before I even look at Silksong. So, like I said, with the pace of games that we're getting this year and the rate and the beauty, I'll see that one in 3-4 years maybe.
Yep. Before we get into what we're playing, Bob, together, and one of the reasons I put down Hollow Knight, Ryan, what's next on your list?
I was playing Sword of the Sea.
Hell yeah!
I haven't finished it. I know it's a short game, but I was liking that. It's essentially Journey with a skateboard or a surfboard. Journey with a surfboard. Yeah, beautiful game by what was it, Giant Squid or something?
Giant Squid.
Great game.
Yeah. It's all of their games combined, right? You have the Pathless, Journey, Abzu. It's basically everything they learned from those games. They're like, why don't we just do all of this, but have a sword you skate on? And it's incredible. Smooth. Bob recently just beat that too. So cool. How far did you get in that?
What did I do? I think I got to the shark part, or there was like... No, I think I got to the part where it was like mountains. There were mountains, and I stopped right there, and I need to go back to it and finish it.
Yeah. That is not a punishing game. That is a game that you could just turn your brain off and just
very
chill. Yeah, very, very chill. It's a cozy game.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the game that I did put down, or the game that I put down Silksong for, and the game that you put down Hollow Knight for, we're playing Borderlands 4. And you kind of got a head start on me, Bob. But this is a game we streamed last night. And how far are we? What are our thoughts on it?
Well, who wants to lead this this journey, I guess? Well, since I just spoke up, I guess I'll get this started, huh? All right. So if people do not know, Borderlands is a very, very precious series to my heart. I have
tattoo.
I've got the Vault symbol tattooed on my arm. This game is one of the very few games that I can actually get my wife to play with me, and she truly enjoys. And and I know there are other games out there like Overcooked, but I like my marriage, folks. So, I so when Borderlands 4 was announced, I was excited, but I was excited with caution. It was that cautiously optimistic viewpoint because Borderlands 1, phenomenal game. It arguably started the looter shooter genre kind of a situation. Um, and then they crank it up to 11 in Borderlands 2. I'm still convinced Handsome Jack is like GOAT tier villainry. And then we kind of lost the plot a little bit with 3 in its writing. Its mechanics were good, but there were a lot of issues. And then I like Tiny Tina's, but I understand why people were there. And then we get to Borderlands 4. And I kind of stayed in the dark on a lot of this. I didn't want to hear. I just wanted to know what was going to happen. I wanted to fire up the game and see this blind. And my goodness, first off, did you like? I want to just say it is interesting how Borderlands started this kind of this looter shooter thing going, and then people started to take cues from it and steal. Well, I don't want to say steal, but borrow and be inspired by it.
Yeah,
and like a la Destiny, and then Borderlands 4 hits, and they looked at Bungie and said, "You know what? We like what you did in upgrading what we started, so we're going to take it a step further and be inspired by what you did." This game, it's beautiful looking. It is the music is just, oh my goodness, the battle music specifically is what I like to call out because in a lot of games, particularly some of the older Borderlands, when you got the battle music going, there's so much going on the screen. You kind of get you tone out of it. You're like, oh yeah, that's right, and then you finish a fight and you're like, oh, there was a song going the whole time, or whatever you want to call it, right? Here, it blends in a way to where I hear it the entire time, and it actually melds with the action in a really unique dance, so to speak. It struck me. I don't know why that stood out. I think it's just, but I kind of noticed it. I am playing. I've got 2 different characters, so I'm still very, very, very early on. I've got about 16 hours and like 12 hours between 2 different characters. It's Amon and Rafa for those that may be curious. I'll let you go look up there how they play. But yeah, outside of I gotta say, let's get the negative things out of the way. There are some issues with little bugs and performance, and I'm on a PS5 Pro. These I find because I've played online with friends, you, Matt. I've played couch co-op with my wife, and I've played by myself. And I can tell you, if you're playing by yourself in a single player, you're going to have pretty much a clean experience. I've had almost no issues with performance. I get that 40 frames on my Pro locked when I'm in a split screen. And then online, there's some bugs with like loot not showing up. But from my understanding, that's only if you're the person that's joining a session. So if you're the host, it tends to not be an issue. But outside of that, those are the big kind of like negatives. Changes here. I really like what they did with the semi-open world feeling. There's this you look at the map and you look at it and it reminds me of an old MMO like a Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, or a Witcher, and you kind of get overwhelmed. But here the team has managed to do this like almost illusionary effect where you look at the map and you go, oh shit. But then the icons are laid out in a way where you go to it, you pick it up, you do, and you go on to your next thing. But it's not that Breath of the Wild where feels like 5 minutes in between each different little sections or zones. It's a quick jump on your vehicle, boom, 30 seconds later you're there and you're in the action. So they've managed to do this where it feels very, very open and sprawling, but not so much that it slows down the pace, because Borderlands is all about going fast. It's all about shooting things. It's all about throwing out the explosives and talking trash or whatever, right? The writing, they kind of hit the mark. I've seen some reports where some people don't like it, and if that's the case, you know what? I get it. It's subjective. But I think here they definitely, the team definitely did good and made due on their promise. Because if you remember, gentlemen, the lead writer actually said, you know what, if Borderlands 4 writing misses, I'll fire me, because he understood that Borderlands 3 went a little too far with its deadpan. I don't want to say deadpan humor, but over the top. People say fart jokes, but I don't think that's a really good analogy. They say fart and dick jokes. I don't like that. That's not what it is. It's not toilet humor. Um, there are some things. There are some, and you haven't seen them yet, Matt. But there are some side quests. One in particular, where I was doing it with my wife. We both stopped and looked at each other, and she goes, "Even I'm uncomfortable right now." So when it does miss pretty hard. But so far, those are very, very few in between. I like what they did by breaking it away, getting away from Pandora, going away from that but still having some callbacks to the legacy that's associated. So it's a really good job there. And then I guess the last thing I want to say, and take this for what you will, but if this is Bob throwing shade, sorry, I'm going to just speak my mind, and I'm going to speak it how it is, which is PC performance issues. I know there has been discourse about PC performance. I have watched several YouTubers on this, and I have a friend who has a really nice rig, and I went over and watched his house, and watched. If you go into your settings, if you make sure your drivers are up to date, if you have more than just a graphics card and have a true powerhouse, and look at the minimum specs, the recommended specs are 32 gigs of RAM. That's 32 gigs of RAM for that program, not split across 14 different other programs while you're running OBS labs,
Jesus,
and Twitch, and all this other stuff, right? If you have that stuff, those other peripherals, the game will run fine if you go into the menus and you mess with some of the HDR, the sliders, and work with some of that. It will run fine. You'll get 60 or above FPS. I'm sad that you can't do it on ultra pro super sequel graphic settings, but I'm hard pressed to find a game that doesn't on PC that can't do that. And you got to look. If Borderlands 4 is running like crap, and then you start looking at other games, and you're like, man, this is running like crap, and you're running like crap, take a step and look inward. This is a piece of advice. Look at what other programs you're running. Look at your build. Look at how old it is, and just kind of keep your reality and expectations in check. And yeah, man, I'm still early on. The jury's still out on where this lines up in my rankings, but it's quickly climbing, and facing and staring down Borderlands 2 with a big grin, going, I think I'm coming for the crown.
Quick question for you, Bob. So how are you and your wife playing simultaneously? How's that work? Forgive me if that's a stupid question.
No. That's a fair question, because some people may not know this. So when you start up your, in this case, the PS5 or your Xbox or whatever that is, right? That person will host a lobby, and then the next person will be signed into the console, and then they can literally press, in this case, it's cross button, and they will join the session. And then from there, you can set the split screen to either vertical or horizontal. We go vertical because I sit on one side of the TV, she sits on the other, right? And then from there, it is a seamless, just keep going. You're both in the world, and it really helps out in this case, because I love my wife to death, but she's not a gamer. So sometimes she gets lost, or she gets stuck in a spot, or whatever, or I find a ledge that's really hard to climb, and I'm like, hey, there's some really cool loot here, and she's like, oh, let me get there, but then I gotta help her. Not in this one. She just opens up the map, goes to my icon, holds down the fast travel, boom, she's right there next to me within what, 3 seconds.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And really, seriously, shout out to Gearbox for including this split screen mode in a perpetual online video game world, because it's greatly appreciated. I can afford the money for a PS5 Pro. I can't afford the money for 2 PS5 Pros and 2 TVs.
Right. And yeah, you'll be doing split screen with her, and then I'll be here, so you can do split screen while playing with someone online, which is really cool. So yeah.
Return to the couch co-op. I like it.
Oh yeah. And dude, it's so awesome when games give you that option to go horizontal or vertical, because vertical's so much better because you have widescreen TVs, right? So you'll have a better aspect ratio when you go vertical with your slice of the game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Ryan, you should definitely pick it up. It's awesome because we played 2 together, or was it one, or was it Tiny Tina's Wonderlands?
Yeah,
yeah,
we played. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was a good diversion. With like a cow that shat rainbows or something, right?
Unicorn.
Or it shot out weapons.
Butt stallion.
Oh, it was a horse. Was it a horse?
It's a unicorn. Butt stallion.
Oh,
it's
unicorn.
Made of diamonds.
It's been a while.
It's a pony made of diamonds. Yeah.
That was a trip.
Scooter booters, rootin' tootin' looters.
Yep.
Yeah, but I definitely if you've got the PC rig, that if you've got a graphics card that's like 3 years older or less, so it's not, don't take the 5 to 8 year one. You might be able to get by, but if you've got a newer one, definitely go check it out. Just make sure you know how to use your computer, because I swear, and I'm sorry to throw shade, but I swear people know how to talk about computers, but then I watch them and I'm like, if this is how you operate a computer, I hate to see how you drive. Flat out. Sorry if that's shade. It is what it is. But yeah, man, I've been playing it. This is an amazing game, and we played together. So tell me, man, you've only got the one character. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm about, I'd say 10 hours in. I started as Vex, the Siren. She's basically a necromancer siren, and there are some performance issues. I'm gonna get that out of the way. There are performance issues. The cutscenes sometimes drop to about 40 frames a second. It's jarring. A locked 40 would be all right, the whole consistent experience, but it's jarring when it goes from like a 60 smooth gameplay to 40. There is texture pop in, and there is some rendering lag every once in a while. But other than that, it's not a game-breaking experience, and I'm having a blast. I can't wait to play more. It's tight Borderlands control from 3. I liked 3 a lot. Not better than 2, but I liked 3 more than most people did. And I like the controls and the feel of 3. So this is there. They brought some stuff from Wonderlands as well. So they learned a lot throughout all of that development process, and it's kind of like the culmination of all that. It looks beautiful. The lighting's awesome. And I'm having a blast. I love the characters. I like when you pick your character, the other ones wave goodbye to you, because if anyone plays Borderlands, like you don't see any of the other characters in the game until either the sequel or the DLC sometimes. But like when you pick a character, the other ones just go away forever. So yeah, unless you're playing co-op. The co-op's been fun. The quality of life stuff has been amazing, that you can just fast travel to someone. And yeah, Ryan, this game will go on sale. You should pick it up and
think about it.
Yeah, play with Carrie, split screen, and I'll start a new character. I'm sure Bob will hop in, and we'll get like a big old session going. So
I must say it's good on Gearbox for making this game that is it sets itself apart by not being this overly serious, maniacal shooter game that like, oh, I'm an army man now, or I'm in a squad with these people and we have to take out another military force.
Right.
It's a really, really hilarious experience, and I'm assuming that as far as I only played Tiny Tina's, right? If that kind of humor is what 4 is all about, and that's kind of the scene that they set, then yeah, it's a great genre that they've made, and I commend them for it.
Oh yeah, that humor's in here. It was in 3, and this one nails it better than 3's humor, I gotta say. Like 3 had some interesting writing, let's just say that. And from what I've played, it is better written. And I think it's a welcome change. I think they're like, oh yeah, forget about 3. Remember 2? It's a lot like 2. Like the development team was like, oh yeah, don't Forget about 3. I like 3. I like a lot of bad movies too, so don't.
What was
don't
2 on? Was that PS3? 2? How long
yes.
ago did 2 come out?
Yeah,
2
that was 3.
PS3, yeah.
Okay.
And Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So, yep. Yeah, 2 was incredible.
Yeah, it was. And if you are interested in the other ones, for anybody out there, the Handsome Collection, go buy that. Go buy that. That includes 2. It includes the pre-sequel. I like the pre-sequel more than others. More than most, should I say? I thought it was really fun. And then I think 1 is included in that. Don't quote me. I'd
Oh
have to
yeah,
go
the
look
Handsome
that.
Collection, absolutely. 1 is
Yeah, yeah.
included. It's 1, 2, the pre-sequel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can get it for relatively cheap. It goes on sale all the time.
Yep.
But definitely go check it out.
Yeah, they're super fun games. The worst way to play it is single player. It's unfortunate that it runs the best when you're playing single player. The best way to play with Borderlands is at least with one person or a couple of your friends. So it's a multiplayer first-person looter shooter experience that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's gorgeous cel-shaded art, and yeah, it's just super tight gameplay with just insane mayhem combat. And you have a character you choose, you have 4 classes, you choose a class, and then you have 3 skill trees within that class. So super fun. I've played all of them. I was a huge fan of 2, huge fan of 3, and yeah, I can't wait to play more 4. So that's what I'll be inundated with the next couple weeks. So
till the 30th, I believe.
Yeah, no, you're going to play. I think you're going to play Tactics on launch. I don't think I'm going to play it on launch because Ghost of Yote comes out 2 days later.
Yeah, you're right. This is going to be I talked to, I think it might have been you, Ryan. Somebody on the Discord. I apologize, folks. But this is a game that I just saw it and I was like, oh, you know what? This is going to be. I'm going to pick up and play it whenever I've got some free time. It's going to be the constant pick up and play for an hour or 2, and then keep on going with my life. Because if not, I'm going to be playing this thing till January at this rate.
Yeah, exactly. Borderlands to me is like what Destiny was. It's kind of like the secondary game I have on deck. If I want to put down my single player stuff for a little bit, or Helldivers was that for me, Monster Hunter was that for me, and then Destiny was that for me, and now Borderlands is kind of that game. I can play 2, maybe 3 games at a time, but I usually like playing a game, finishing it, and then going to the next one. But I can have a secondary back burner one that's multiplayer, fun, pick up and play. Cel-shaded mayhem is what it is. So yeah. And then I have Shinobi coming Friday because I got the physical edition. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. Ryan, you played Shinobi, right?
I did. I got the Switch version, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. Ew. But then, Sega, pulled out a complete reversal, and they're like, hey, we're going to update this. We understand your complaints. Out of nowhere. I could not believe it. I was livid when I found out how bad it looked comparatively, and then when Sega was like, hey, we're going to try our best to update this, I was quite shocked. And hopefully maybe they'll have a free Switch 2 upgrade at some point. But yeah, I almost felt scammed. I felt scammed by how bad it looks, really. And it's not just bad. It's
stinky switch bad.
It's just you don't do that. You don't do that. It's you go in, you watch these trailers, you think you see the screenshots, you think you have some idea of what this game is going to be like, and then you play the Switch version and you're like, this isn't it at all. But what's crazy is when I played the demo first, and it didn't bother me. It really, I didn't even notice. It was not even on my radar, because I played all the way through that demo and I had a really good time with it. And if I didn't enjoy the demo, I would have probably not purchased it. But then I purchased it and I hooked it up to my fucking PC. And then once it showed up on my monitors, I was like, what is this game? It was so bad. But I hope to, someday go back to it once they update it, and maybe I'll play the PC version as well. It's just you should not play the Switch version as it is at all.
That goes for pretty much every third-party game, honestly.
Oh, yeah, more or less, yes.
Yeah. So, yep. And then I have Chronos coming this Friday too. So,
yep. We're going to be playing Chronos.
Speaking of lackluster Switch ports, even on Switch 2, it doesn't even compare to PS5 or PC.
They tried. I think there was an interview with the lead dev, and he was like, "We just love the Switch. We love Nintendo, and this was our chance to make a game for it." And they were just like, "Okay, we're not going to stop you." So yeah, they tried. They tried. Bloober Team really tried, but it's not worth it.
Yep.
If you have a better console, don't play it on Switch.
Yeah, exactly. Switch has always Nintendo's always been my secondary console since Wii, so it's just third party just doesn't hit there, and first party, of course, is the only place to play it. But before I do an awesome segue for that, Bob and I are going to be playing Borderlands 4 on Twitch, twitch.tv/Shapes of Gaming. We're on mic, not on video, but you can hear us, probably laugh out loud to almost everything in that game. The jokes are on point, and we're 12-year-olds at heart, so we laugh at all the fucking raunchy, stupid jokes that are in that game. And yeah, like Ryan said, it's a game that doesn't take itself seriously, and we're having a blast on there. So come join us. Bob will have the comments on. He's going to be doing the streaming, and so if you want to come in, say hi, maybe ask some questions, or just hang out with us, we will be there streaming Borderlands 4. We're having a fun time, aren't we, Bob?
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Anytime I'm playing, pretty much count me in for a streaming.
Yep. But speaking of Nintendo, we had a event, a Nintendo Direct, and it was the longest Nintendo Direct. And we are going to get into the news now. We're going to cap off the news with that announcement. And I was on the Metroid Database Twitch stream with Ryan and Carrie. We did a live reacts to it. So I wanted to have Ryan on the show to give our kind of afterthoughts of that event. And we're going to go all into it after the few pieces of news we have. And this will be what the episode is mainly about, the Nintendo event and pretty much everything Metroid. Because even though Nintendo didn't close with fucking Metroid, we are, because we care about our girl Samus.
Yes.
And so before we get into the Nintendo Direct stuff, though, Bob, what do we have for the news this week?
Yeah, I just wanted to, let's first off, because I wanted to bring this as a segue for what we're playing here. If everybody in the community might know this, but if you're not aware, Randy Pitchford, the CEO and head over at Gearbox, is known for, and we've talked about it, I believe, previously on the show, for opening his mouth online. Somebody needs to take away his phone, and the latest comes from the fairly assessed issues with the PC version of Borderlands 4, but and there's a few, but I wanted to call out one specifically from Randy, and there's a reason I'm calling it out, but I want to get your thoughts first there, Matt, as well as you, Ryan. In regarding to the PC performance, Randy went out onto X Twitter and said he said specifically, code your own engine and show us how it's done, please. We will be your customer when you pull it off. The people doing it now are clearly dumb and don't know what they're doing. And all of the support and recommendations and code and architecture from the world's greatest hardware companies and tech companies working on the world's greatest real-time graphics engine coders don't seem to know what they're doing. /sarcasm.
Yeah.
I see you cringing, Matt.
Yeah. So Randy Pitchford, the CEO of CEO, lead creative director of
Nice ahead.
No, it's funny. I just looked it up while we were talking about it. He is the CEO of
Yeah,
Gearbox Entertainment.
Yes.
And the president of Gearbox Studios, but he is
Yes.
not the CEO of Gearbox Software.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
he no longer, he no longer leads the game development arm. He just, kind of talks about it like he's the big shot.
Maybe Strauss Zelnick finally said, "You know what, dude? I'm fucking pulling you back a little bit."
Well, he's let his emotions got the best of him. I mean,
as usual.
He's super passionate about the game. He's super passionate about the IP. He was there in the beginning. He is an incredible creative. He's had some stuff that's happened in the past that's come to light that we're not going to get into. If you're curious about it, look it up. Okay. He is a questionable individual, and he says a lot of dumb shit on Twitter or X or social media. And at this point, he's kind of he attacked a actual like user one-on-one, and they said something. He's like, well, and I'm paraphrasing this because you just quoted him, right? It's like, well, if you think you can make a better game, then do it, and we'll be your customer. It's just like, you don't fucking say that.
No.
Like, and you
as
don't
as an adult.
Yeah,
no.
He's
if you're an anonymous piece
unprofessional.
of shit troll that's online terminally on, you're a high school kid and you don't give a shit. Yes, you can say something like that, but not as someone that is, the face of a multi-million-dollar worldwide company. Yeah, I think that's a little bad taste.
His PR etiquette is not good at all. He's actually harming the brand, I would say. And this is kind of a two-parter. One, I don't appreciate what he's saying. He should shut his mouth. And I mean, he's representing his brand. You can say whatever you want, right? If you decide to be an asshole, that's on you. Don't attack your fans. Don't insult your fans. Do your research. Get the data, and really realize that your game has performance issues. Like I have experienced it with my fucking eyeballs that it does have some performance issues, even on PS5 Pro. I can't speak to PC. I can't speak to the other platforms, but I've been hearing the same thing. And you just acknowledge that. You say, hey, our team's working on it, and thanks for buying our game. Really appreciate you. Now, on the other side, don't let a corporate mouthpiece that's spouting off on fucking social media deter you from buying the art of a development team of like 200 people, right? He doesn't speak for them. He's flying off the handle. He doesn't represent their art, their artistic process, the development process, the writers, the creators, the artists. Don't let this one guy deter you from buying a otherwise great product when it's finally patched for the performance issues that aren't game breaking, right? But don't let this one guy deter you from a piece of art that was crafted by 200 300 people, right? Don't be like, well, Randy Pitchford's saying all this bullshit stuff, I'm not buying the game. That's very unfair to the artists and the programmers and the whole development team that really poured their passion and their life's work into this piece. So that's what I wanted to say, because I hear a lot of people like, well, Randy's an asshole, I'm not buying Borderlands. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a huge development team behind this game. It took them like 7 fucking years. Randy might have had maybe 0.5 to 1% of the actual creative process of this art, and you're punishing this entire team. And I mean, the publisher has to be there, but also fuck publishers. But you're punishing all of this entire team from one guy like saying the wrong thing online. Don't do that. If you like the game, if you like Borderlands and you have fun with first person looter based shooters, buy the game. It's a fun game. We're having a blast. Randy's words don't mean shit when I'm in there fucking shooting guns and looting. So that was my 2 cents. Don't let a
I just feel
corporate
like
show.
Randy keeps shooting himself in the foot, like
Yeah.
over and over and over again. But what I mean, I'm not trying to defend Randy at all, but unfortunately, Randy is beholden to the shareholders. You know, that's the kind of position he's in. He's beholden to the shareholders. So when they're not happy, he's not going to be happy, and he's going to lash out. You know, very what's the word?
Irresponsibly?
Irresponsibly, impolitely. You know, he's not really thinking straight. And social media is definitely not the place to yell at people that, because you're just you're shooting yourself in the foot. So yeah, dude, just cut it out.
Right.
You know,
there's a way to do it productively.
Right. So, Randy's got a pretty big ego, and that gets gets the best of him quite a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yep. And if I may take, and this is why I wanted to hear what you guys said, because I love it. I absolutely agree. I want to put this first and foremost up front, folks. I agree with everything that these two gentlemen are saying, but in the spirit of playing devil's advocate, I only propose one question: is he wrong? And I want you to think about this, because I know there are games like SilksongSong and Expedition and things like that, right? But I want you to think about it this way. And I'm not saying what he said was correct or the right way to say it. But what I am saying is, we're talking about a game. You're taking those guys and put them in an entire open world, first person shooter, looter with multiplayer and couch co-op, and packaging it all together and selling. I love Sandfall, but I saw their early builds. Well, I don't think they would be able to do it.
That's the thing. Then don't release it. Release it when it's finished.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I said from the beginning, you and I, well, I believe I said this last night when we were playing, I feel this game should have baked for another 6 months.
Yeah. And I like the devil's advocate piece, and creating a game is hard. There's a lot of pieces and parts, and you know, Randy probably sees behind the scenes, but there's a way to tactfully give your response to a paying customer and explain those things to not have it come off as an insult.
Was he responding to anyone in particular, or was it just in general? Was there like a certain YouTuber or anything, or what?
He was, excuse me, I closed it out. I'll have to pick it up again for you. At least that one's very specific. That came out. He was replying to a specific user,
an individual,
which makes it which doesn't even sell even better. Like it's just
like some rando kid that was like yelling at him.
Yes,
I assume so, because I don't recognize the name, but I don't know a lot of the names out there. Okay. I'm not, for the sake of keeping them out of the dirt. Sure. I'm not going to say.
Like,
but
if you had said he was yelling at Jim Sterling, or you know, the guy who does zero punctuation or whatever the fuck, you know, if it was one of those guys, I'd get it, you know, because those guys can be really, really hard.
Yeah,
you know, really harsh.
Let me say, Bob, I definitely see your point, and I understand where Randy is coming from, and I understand a lot of fucking end users of games don't understand the process that goes into these games. They get the final product and they're like, "Oh, this sucks," and they don't understand the intricacies that go into game development. Ryan, you've had a hand in game development. You understand what goes into it. So I totally get that aspect, but you just have to be tactful with your responses and package your wording regarding feedback to your end user in a better way that he's doing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you know, I'll top it off with a cherry on top for everybody out there, is to kind of summarize all of this Borderlands in this news right here, is despite what you're hearing and where you may see on YouTube or streamers complaining about the performance, and then Randy, despite all of his best efforts, still managing to succeed when he's shoving his foot in his mouth. The game, according to SteamDB, has an all-time peak of 304,000 players on Steam alone, concurrent players. That's just Steam alone. That doesn't include the other consoles like PlayStation. And I don't know. I know one other person personally that has played this on PC. So just keep that in mind when there's a lot of discourse. I know Randy's says some stuff, and he can be quite frankly very abrasive. But the idea that this game runs like garbage and it's unplayable and everything else, stop. People are still buying the product. They're still enjoying the product. And then if you really want to know what it looks like and you want to see what happens when a game goes into the ground, go look at Concord when it had like 5 people concurrently playing.
Yeah. And hey, man, it's a fun fucking game. And I've had a smile on my face the whole time I've been playing it. If you want to see how it runs, if you want to see what it's like, tune into our Twitch. We're going to be playing it for the next fucking 2 weeks, probably.
Probably.
So, yeah.
At least until the 30th for sure.
Yeah. It's basically like, are you having fun? Yeah, I'm having a blast. Cool. I don't give a fuck what Randy says. He needs to shut his mouth, but it doesn't affect my game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. Any other thoughts with Borderlands there, gentlemen?
Yeah.
No, you've convinced me, though. I might have to give 4 a try after it. You know, maybe if I can find it on sale some point. Yeah.
Yeah. You should.
It's a 2K game.
I don't hate the first-person genre, but I'm not like a super big fan. You know, I've played my fair share of first-person game, and that being said, you know, I just started playing BioShock again, the original BioShock. I got an old 3D card in my old computer, so it's like kind of a retro computer at this point. And yeah, I like first-person games, okay, but I'm not like obsessed with them. You know.
BioShock's a masterpiece.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's the original. It's not the remastered version. It's the OG BioShock with like kind of the janky animations on the characters. And yeah, it's great. I love the dialogue and everything. Yeah.
Can you stream that?
Maybe. Probably not from my retro computer. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot though. I'd have to.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his own brow?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So good.
I know.
Where's Judas, Ken?
Right? Oh, Judas. And the next BioShock that's supposedly be in Antarctica. We'll see. What's next on our news list, Bob?
This one quick and down and dirty for those that want to know or curious. This is Nate the Hate, a very well-known leaker. And I say well-known because he has been pretty accurate and has a good track record of not just blowing smoke up everybody's ass for the clout. Somebody asked him on Twitter a couple days ago, asking if there's going to be a Sony showcase because it has been rumored heavily, particularly with the Nintendo Direct that came out. According to Nate the Hate, he simply said 2 words: next week. So we are expecting. I'm expecting to hear I'd say probably Monday, Tuesday next week, because they usually do the state of plays near the end of the week to see the announcement hit the board. Gentlemen, let's start with you, Ryan. If Sony hits a state of play, what are you hoping to see?
Oh, I'm probably not the best person to ask that question to, Bob. No disrespect. I really want to play Intergalactic. That's probably you know, one of the hypest game for me for sure. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't really follow all the news as closely as y'all, so I can't really say much more than that. But yeah, I mean, that's really cool. It's really exciting and really cool for Sony fans, for sure.
Yeah. I think it'll be announced Tuesday with a Thursday show at 3 p.m. MST.
I mean, if history repeats itself, that's probably going to be the case.
Yep. And I think we're going to see Wolverine. And I think we might see the maybe, because it kind of surfaced today, kind of a new piece of news that that Square Enix is looking to revive one of their PS2 IPs, which is heavily rumored as a Drakengard sequel. So I don't know. Maybe.
Come on, Vagrant Story.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's PS1 though, right?
That is PS1. Yes.
Yeah. PS. Oh man, so many good RPGs. But yeah, Nate the Hate's usually right. We're probably gonna get a state of play. We're gonna do our best to do a live reacts, but we'll see if we're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, maybe Sony's a little bit nicer about their time slots versus Nintendo.
Right.
So maybe we could get lucky and we can do something.
That's true. That's true.
So speaking of the state of play, this came out shortly after, and I wanted to bring this up specifically because there's a case of beer on the line between you and I, Matt.
A case?
Well, not a case, a 6-pack. Sorry.
Oh,
this one's coming from Insider, reporting through Insider Gaming via MP First. I guess you could say 2021 announced game way too early, and then went quiet. Teaser trailer from Insomniac. Expecting to see Marvel's Wolverine. Not only are we expecting to see that, which is why I lined it up with our state of play, specifically because according to sources with this close to the situation, the game has a target release window of 2026. So we saw this. Sorry, I said 2021, but yeah, it was 2021, wasn't it, Matt?
Something like that. It's been a while. It's been a while.
And then it went quiet for a while. Yeah. And then we heard some things about it in the 2023 Insomniac leak. And that's been it for the last couple of years. I know we have some, all jokes aside, Matt. What are you thinking? Are you looking forward to this game?
Oh man, yeah, I am. Wolverine is an awesome character. I think Insomniac is going to nail it like they always do. Love their Spider-Man games. Love all the games they make. And what
if they actually got Hugh Jackman to do the voice, though? What if they actually did that? Because that would sell games.
Yeah, it would.
When it boils down to it, even though it's not actually him, if they got him to actually do the voice, that would be amazing.
Are you excited for this game?
I can't say I'm excited. I'm not like hyped for it, but I do believe that Wolverine needs its own Arkham Asylum. The property of Wolverine, it needs its own Arkham Asylum for sure. It's too big of a property because fucking Deadpool got his own game, right? Mm-hmm. So why not Wolverine? It's the next in line.
Wolverine Origins got a game, and I think it was really good. But yeah, dude, I have total faith in Insomniac that they're going to deliver on this game. Wolverine is an awesome character, and if it leads into X-Men games, I'm all fucking for that.
For sure.
So yeah, so I am excited for this game, and it'll probably be a day one purchase and play for me.
People were slamming it though when they first released that footage, but because it was like an unfinished game, and I was like, "What are you doing? It's not even close to being done. You have no right to judge." It's stupid.
People are so out of touch with how games are actually made. Right. They think these developers just shit out the product and give it to them, and they're like, "Oh, it should have been a better shit." It's like, no, dude. Like this process takes like half a decade, sometimes more, to create these games. Like there's an artist that created a fucking trash bag in one of the games you played, right? And I mentioned this because that was in the leak. They were like saying like the trash bags should have this amount of wrinkles in them.
Oh my God.
Like the attention to detail is insane. So like people have full-time jobs, multiple people making this fucking game, and it takes a while, and they pour their heart and soul into it, and all they want is for you to enjoy it, and that's their end goal, and to make money. Of course, they're a fucking business, but yeah, these games aren't just shit out. They're made by individuals. So yeah, I'm excited for Wolverine. I can't wait. I want to see gameplay.
Yeah, that's most important. We need to see gameplay.
It's good combat for sure.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the gameplay because I'm really curious, and this is going back to Borderlands 4, but I'll be cautiously optimistic when I finally see it, because I put Spider-Man did amazing because the one thing that a Spider-Man game needs to do is let you feel like you're Spider-Man, and let's be honest, they Sonic nailed that one to the wall, right? All right. You could just swing all day long.
They had practice, but yeah, they for sure did.
Right. Yeah, they did. But the reason I say Wolverine is kind of like it's not a direct parallel, but this is kind of my analogy. It's kind of like the flip side of the coin to why we don't see a lot of good Superman games. Because Wolverine just regenerates. He walks around with metal claws as a human, no superpowers outside of those two functional things.
And a metal skeleton.
Yeah, and a metal skeleton. So what are you going to do? Have him swim? Nope, sinks to the bottom. What are you going to have him do? Run at the enemy? Okay, well, you can create obstacles and things like that for it, but ultimately, you can only get around that thought problem so much before you're going to start to repeat yourself. So I'm kind of curious to see how they do it, because the execution is going to be critical in this.
Right.
The same reason that Superman is really tough, because Superman's invincible. He just runs around and he can fly. Well,
he's one of the strongest ones in the MCU too. And honestly, you know what the developer that would have been better for this probably?
Ooh, I'm curious. What?
Sony Santa Monica.
Ooh, yeah.
God of War. Like they made Kratos, they could make Wolverine. Like how much locomotion and world traversal do you need in a Wolverine game? Like I'm trying to wonder. Insomniac's gonna nail it. I have no doubt. But I think Santa Monica would have been, yeah.
Dude, I'm envisioning this in my mind now, and I absolutely am all on board for this. Maybe in another timeline, somebody else.
I hate to go back to Deadpool, but Deadpool is basically invincible, right? He's got Wolverine's healing factor. He's Wolverine with guns, right, instead of claws. So that's why they're mortal enemies. So Deadpool's got the guns and Wolverine's got the claws, and melee versus projectiles. So yeah, I think they can pull it off. I also think that as far as like AAA games go, there is this big trend over the last 15, 20 years where we don't die in games anymore. There's no more deaths. There's no more lives. Even Mario Odyssey. When you die, you just lose your coins, right? There's no deaths,
right.
So think about that. They can balance the game and make it so death isn't really a penalty anymore, especially for a mainstream title like this is going to be. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super true to the character. I think it's going to be super true to the comics, and
I hope so.
Wolverine has a lot of great stories in the comics.
Sure does.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for it.
Good, man. Yeah, maybe we'll see it. Who knows? Maybe next week, folks.
Maybe next week.
All right. Well, so last thing on the list before we get into our main thing, we don't have to spend too much time on this, but I wanted to bring it up because I thought one piece out of this I wanted to pull that was really interesting. This I get from Game Informer, but they're reporting on a Variety interview, the magazine publication that did with Neil Druckmann, lead creative over there at Naughty Dog, and specifically they sat down and talked to him about something that people have been wanting to hear about, but it's been kind of tight-lipped thanks to the HBO show, is Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, which I got to say is this shit name for the record.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
It's not very memorable.
Yeah,
it should have just been Intergalactic.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that would have been just great. That subtitle, not needed.
No.
But you guys can go read this, listeners out there, if you want. It's on Game Informer, Game Informer's website. It's not part of the subscriber tier, so you can go check it out. But specifically, when asked via Variety, talking about the gameplay and their history, Neil says, "quote, you can look at our previous titles and see the evolution going from Uncharted, where we're really cutting our teeth on realistic character action game, third-person shooter combined with emotional storytelling," Druckmann said. With The Last of Us, we added some RPG elements. We started playing with wide linear layouts, continued that trajectory forward, add sci-fi, and you start to get the sense of what we've gotten even more ambitious than that, end quote.
Love it.
Dude, I'll take it away, Matt, because I gotta.
I can't wait. I'm very excited. Ryan's excited for this game too. Intergalactic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a Naughty Dog new IP.
Naughty Dog doing sci-fi. It's just
dude.
It sounds amazing.
They said their main inspirations were Akira, Cowboy Bebop, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Perfect quest. Like, perfect choices.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'd count me the fuck in on this. It sounds like there might be a little Souls light elements with some RPG. I'm okay with that. As long as they keep it light. Don't get into the punishing territory like Hollow Knight and fucking Dark Souls do.
Yeah.
I don't think they will. I think it's going to be very accessible, and I think there's going to be some rhythm based combat because our sword is sound waves from like a song. So I think there is going to be some rhythm based stuff. They dove into a lot of the music, and they were prominent on putting that as the highlight. They showed the music player. They showed it actually playing a song. I think it's going to be very 80s, 90s music inspired, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Love that game.
Me too, dude.
Yeah,
me too.
It's awesome.
So I couldn't be more excited for this game. I think it's one of my most anticipated games from PlayStation first party right now, and anything Naughty Dog does. And they're getting into the sci-fi, really leaning into that 80s, 90s aesthetic. Fuck, man. Count me in. I can't wait to see more. And I think we might...
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we might see more at the Game Awards.
For sure. For sure. I just wanted to mention this really briefly because it's kind of impossible to talk about it without, to talk about Intergalactic without mentioning this. And we don't really, I really don't want to talk about this too long, but basically the whole alt-right, pushback against the game is it's non-traversy. It's just constant non-traversy. I'm so exhausted by the non-traversy bullshit. And I'm at a point where if this non-traversy comes up, I think it's a PR stunt. Like, I think it's fake now because it never ends, no matter what the fuck it is. When the new Superman came out, all these alt-right people, this movie is pro-immigrant. And I'm like, who's saying this? Who is saying this? Who is acting this way? And I think they're fake troll accounts going on Twitter, going on Facebook, or their troll farms made with AI that are completely fake that the studios pay for.
I could see that. Just generating.
They're generating, yes. Yeah. So it's like, because they're fighting the algorithms to get more people talking about it. And I don't follow or believe anything these idiots are saying, especially when it comes to what is it? What do you call it? Gender issues? Is that what it is? Like, come on, guys.
I know people have a problem with her head being shaved, but like,
who cares?
Right. It's like
how about the last 30 years of male protagonists with shaved heads?
Right. Well, she was a bounty hunter and she's trying to be unidentifiable. So
she
shaved all her hair. It makes sense to the story. So yeah,
absolutely. I know. It feels forced to me is my point. It feels forced. It feels fake. It feels like they are just trying to, I don't know, have their 5 seconds of fame and then move on with it. That's all. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Otherwise, what looks to me like an amazing, awesome game, and I, for one, am probably going to buy it. Like,
hell yeah,
yeah. I'm really excited to play it.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. It's going to be fun. That's really all that matters. Yeah. Honestly, I don't. Yeah,
the dev has proved themselves so many times, and there's no question that they're going to deliver. No question.
Exactly. Bob, you're excited for this one too, aren't you?
Absolutely. I think the best part about this that's got me excited is what Neil was leaning into with going in from Uncharted into The Last of Us and now into this is they're not sitting there going, "Hey, let's make another Uncharted." Like, don't get me wrong, I love Uncharted, but they've moved on to something else, something different, and it's not Uncharted in the Wild West. Wait, we have that. It's called Red Dead. But my point being is they're Neil and his team are constantly pushing themselves, and that's the kind of stuff I like to see in the creative field. Push yourself, get outside your boundaries. When you're outside that comfort zone, that's when you find yourself getting more creative. So I'm really excited to see how they handle this, because Naughty Dog's got my this easily could be a Souls-like game with Naughty Dog's name on it, and boom, sell it. But I got a feeling we're gonna get something much deeper than that, and I'm all for it. I just got it. Yeah, I stay away from the discourse. The only legit complaint I saw in that original trailer was I don't know if you guys noticed this. She was holding the when she was shaving her head, she was holding the shaver backwards.
Yeah, they'll fix it.
But that's a minor thing because obviously not everybody has a shaved head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think it's incredibly talented when a studio goes on to a new IP. I think it's very impressive, and Guerrilla did it, Insomniac did it, and I love when you get a couple games or a trilogy, and then you don't stay on it, you go to a new IP, and that's so impressive when you see a studio or a developer do that. So yeah.
I'm thinking 2027 for this.
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
Me too. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's the sense I get.
Yeah, it'll probably be like a summer or fall release 2027.
I could definitely see summer for sure.
Yeah.
Our tentpole games for 2026 are going to be Saros and Wolverine, I'd say. So
maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, speaking of developers creating new IPs and not going with their same IPs, Mario, Nintendo had their event. Yes. And it was a Nintendo Direct. This happened, when was it? Last week, on Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? Yeah. Very early. We were doing a reacts to it, and I was like, yeah, because it was like fucking 6 a.m. for me. I had to get up.
Way too early.
Yeah, way too early. I mean, it's Japanese time, right? I get it. Whatever. But yeah, we got a Nintendo Direct, one of the longest we've had, and yeah, let's get all into it. And that's one of the reasons you're here, Ryan. We want to hear your thoughts on the Nintendo Direct because we did a live reacts, and we want to hear some afterthoughts of it. And Bob, of course, we want to hear what all of us have to say about it. So, Bob, I'll let you kick it off. What did Nintendo spend 15 minutes of the Direct talking about?
Well, the first 15 minutes was all about Mario. We can tackle this however you guys want.
Sure.
There were a couple of big things that were announced. I'll just kind of gloss over them real quick for you, and then let you guys get your thoughts.
We'll touch on each topic, and we'll just kind of say what was released. We're going to save the best for last. Unfortunately, Nintendo didn't, but that's where we're going to give most of our thoughts, and because it's one of Ryan and I's favorite Nintendo IPs. I'd say Zelda. I think Zelda might be mine, but then she's up there. I know she's yours. So
anyway, the best for last. Let me move these notes for Tamagotchi Life. Or Tamagotchi. But yeah. So surprise, Mario is at the forefront, and the first thing I'm going to tell you guys, within the first 5 seconds, I wish I could have been there with you for that live stream, because within the first 5 seconds, I immediately went, oh, that's the Mario movie, which we got. The new Mario movie, second one in the series, is coming. This time, it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So we're moving right into that. It's supposed to hit April 3rd. So not too far off the mark.
During the trailer, I said, "Watch the butterfly fly into space." I was fucking right.
Nice. Yeah, I had it immediately. I was like, "Oh, that's the movie," and then I saw the butterfly, and I was like, "But what's going on here?" And then it was like, "Oh shit." I know I saw the first movie. I with my kids. I absolutely loved that movie. It was
Great.
It was a grand time. So I'm in all on this. What about you, gentlemen?
Did you see the original?
I loved it.
Ryan? Yeah.
I loved it.
It was great.
I don't think I saw it opening weekend, but yeah, I saw it. I was pleasantly surprised. Chris Pratt was not as annoying as I was expecting him to be, and all the voices really needed. Of course, Jack Black just killed it as Bowser. He kind of stole the show that in the whole movie. But I was surprised. I was actually surprised that they're skipping World completely. I was totally expecting it to be called Super Mario World, and that they were going to go kind of a dinosaur theme with Yoshi and all that. But no, they're not. They're going straight into Galaxy, and we know that Yoshi's going to be in it at least. But maybe they'll have a very quick, brief meeting with Yoshi, and then take it from there. But it's as far as movies, like Nintendo IP CGI movies go, Mario, very excited for the next Mario CGI film.
Heck yeah. You know why I think they skipped World and went straight to Galaxy?
What is that?
I think the next Mario 3D title we are getting is going to be Galaxy 3, and I think they're setting it up for it and creating synergy for it.
That's very possible.
I've been saying it for a while that I think our next 3D Mario is the third Galaxy entry. And what was the next announcement we got, Bob?
It was 1 and 2. Galaxy 1 and 2.
Which they're setting it up for the synergy. They're like, unfortunately not like they're setting up fucking Metroid. God forbid they give us Echoes and Corruption before we get Prime 4.
Right.
God forbid they re-release the trilogy, the amazing trilogy that we got on Wii, and they remaster Echoes and Corruption. Yeah, no, they don't want money. That's what they don't want.
They do. They do, because they want you to pay what's this, $70?
$80. Is it $70? $70.
$70. It's $70.
For basically Galaxy 2, because Galaxy 1 already came out. So yes.
If you got a copy of it, which I have my copy here. Sorry, I had to say that. But I'm glad we're into this, because I did want to just, this is my piece, folks. I know this is not a popular opinion, but $70 for 2 games, and normally I'd say, oh, they're Wii games, they're bygone era. That's kind of weak. But based on what I saw out of the trailer, these are not just ports like we got in the 3D All-Stars. These have actually been polished and up-resed and look beautiful. And that means they've kept in mind the Nintendo should keep in mind the controls that are coming with it. And quite frankly, these games, if you really engage with them, truly go for stars and like work around and explore, they're kind of beefy. They're not a walk in the park, 20 hours and you're in and out kind of situation. So $70 is a deep asking price. I get it. But $70 for 2 games that have been brought further into the modern era so we can keep that preservation, and you're getting 2 really chunky, beefy games, I'm all for it.
Me too. Galaxy and Galaxy 2 together are my favorite 3D Mario games of all time. They're phenomenal. I have mine pre-ordered. I will give Nintendo my money for this one, especially since they're not just ports and they look better.
They're remasters.
They're remasters, and I'm all for that. Like I got the 3D collection or the anniversary collection for Switch, and you can't even fucking buy it anymore. For some reason, Nintendo made it temporary limited, and you can't buy the digital or the physical. I got it physical, and those are just ports, but this one is an actual full remaster of, I'd say, some of the best Super Mario 3D titles out there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These Galaxy. Galaxy to Super Mario to 3D Super Mario's is what Super Mario World is to 2D Mario's.
Right.
They're just peak. and well, we'll see. I'm excited. I do want to give you
right?
Yeah,
October 10th they release.
Yep, that's what I've got. And then second, sorry, October 2nd.
October 2nd, yeah.
So a couple days earlier. If there was only something else that wasn't coming out then.
Literally when Ghost releases, so okay.
Yep. All right, so I got to do this, Matt, since you introduced me. Here's your little nugget as the retro guy. So Nintendo promised more stuff inside of the storybook because people love the storybooks that are in that piece of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why that's in there?
Why?
Because when Koizumi, the director, was working on the game, Miyamoto told him you can't put a story in there. So what he did is he created the storybook area to undercut and put a story into Mario Galaxy when Miyamoto said, no, you can't do that.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Didn't
all right.
know that.
Anyways. Yeah, that's a little nugget for you.
Yeah. This was one of my highlights of the show. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to buy the remastered bundle, but I will say I do love Galaxy 2. And when I want to play Galaxy 2, I like to hold the Wiimote. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
They are individual, $40 each, I believe. If you
want
to
you're going to be able to just buy Galaxy 2? Oh, okay, cool.
Digitally only.
Yeah, that would be okay with me. I don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think they're 40 each, digitally only. The physical is the collection, which is 70.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Well, the next one we can talk about this wherever you guys want, touch into it. But Mario Tennis Fever, new addition to the Mario Tennis series. I didn't play the last one, and quite frankly, I haven't played any of the Mario Tennis. I've always been a strikers kind of guy. So, either you guys interested or play this?
I liked the 64 tennis. Yeah. I played the shit out of that in college with my buddies because, everyone just had a 64 and a TV, a CRT TV. And, 4-player Mario Tennis was the fucking jam. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in playing it, but I'm probably not going to buy it.
Yeah, I played the one on GameCube. Loved it. I forget what it was called. Yeah, I'm not into Mario sports games anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. Mario Golf was probably my favorite one. Baseball, where's baseball? Bring back baseball. But it's just time, man. I just can't do it. Can't do it.
Totally get it. And then last on the Mario train, if you will, we're getting a Switch 2 upgrade pack, if you will, or a new edition for Super Mario Wonder. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition with Meetup in Bella Bell Park. I played Wonder. I thought it was okay, but I think it missed the plot on a 2D Mario, so I kind of put it down. The only time I'll play it is with my son. So good luck with me trying to get into this. I'm not going to pay whatever the price is, but it's coming in spring of 2026. Did either of you guys play Wonder?
I loved Wonder.
Yeah. Not only did I play Wonder, I played Matt's version of Wonder because he let me borrow it.
Because games.
He actually gave me a physical copy of a real game to borrow. Like, who does that in 2025? Yeah, but no, it was great. It was great. I liked Wonder a lot. I thought it was for the Switch. It was very, very fun, and I didn't 100% it, but. I did beat it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of the best 2D Mario games for a long time, for sure, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, segueing into that, if you want to do that, is the new Yoshi game. I am extremely excited for the new Yoshi game because I am the huge Yoshi's Island fan. I absolutely love Yoshi's Island. I actually 100%. It's one of the few games I've ever 100%ed. I went twice. I played it on the Super Nintendo, 100%ed, and then I played it on the Game Boy Advance, 100%ed. So I absolutely love Yoshi's Island, and this new one looks amazing, and it's like their true goal as far as the art style goes. It looks like they've achieved that. So yeah, very much looking forward to it. Yeah.
It looks straight out of the manual of Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah, it's called Yoshi and the Mysterious Book or some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that one too. I loved Wonder. Didn't 100% it either. But yeah, the Yoshi game looks really awesome.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're absolutely right.
That was a big surprise.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a pleasant surprise right there because Yoshi's Island it's one of those just cozy ass games. Well, for the most part.
It was one of my 5 takeaways. My 5 exciting takeaways.
All right, so I'm going to do it again, Matt. Sorry, 2 times in an episode.
Please.
I got to ask Ryan, since you love Yoshi's Island. You remember Get Dizzy, Be Fuzzy, or whatever it is from Yoshi's
Touch
Island?
Fuzzy, Get Dizzy.
Yeah. You know there's a pun in the German translation of that, right?
Oh, really? What is it?
Yeah. So I can't pronounce German, but the words start with L, S, and D respectively.
It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, just
because Yoshi totally gets stoned, and he's like, he's stoned AF. That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
Yep. All right. So, this is a great segue, man. If you don't mind, I'm going to segue in, and I'm kind of jumbling around a little bit, folks. I've been trying to find the director, but I want to jump into something. This was near the end, but I want to talk about this because this actually kind of got me excited here. I almost decided to. I almost kept this on my draft, but I dropped it because I had a feeling it was coming next year. Because I had a feeling there was going to be in the cadence cycles, and that's a new Fire Emblem is coming next
they closed
year.
With this.
They closed with it actually. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I like. Obviously, I like tactics games. I'm excited for all of it. For Evilise Chronicles. I am curious to see what they do because Fire Emblem has kind of modernized in the last 15 years or so, particularly since it came to the West. For those that may not know, in some of the old school Fire Emblem games, if your character, there would be cutscenes and dialogue for all of the playable characters in your party, or at least the main ones, but there were some that were marked as critical. So if that person died, it was game over. The rest were free game. And if that person dropped in battle, they were gone, dead, period. You didn't get no more continues, no study, no nothing. Now they call it, I think, hardcore mode or traditional mode, depending on the game. But I saw this and immediately went, oh, wait, that's Fire Emblem, isn't it? I'm excited for this. I'd love to jump into it. What about you, gentlemen?
I have stayed far away from Fire Emblem. I'm not into SRPGs at all, unfortunately. I've tried Fire Emblem games in the past, but they don't touch me in the way other games do. So yeah. I will say, embarrassingly, the only thing I know about Fire Emblem at this point are the waifus, because I'll see waifu fan art of Fire Emblem characters all the time in my feed. That's basically all I know about it.
Well, we'll definitely get to a game that touched us both in funny places.
Yes.
I'm saving that for the end for you.
Oh yeah. We're gonna definitely save that for the end, unlike Nintendo. Also, I've never touched a Fire Emblem game. I'm not too keen on the tactical genre. I played Tactics Advance. I'm excited for Final Fantasy Tactics. But I played Transistor. Transistor is also one of those games I really loved, which you really need to play, Bob. But yeah,
Seconded.
I never. Yes, you played Transistor. Incredible game, right?
Seconded, yes.
Yeah, and we got a Super Giant game that was also one of my takeaways. Yeah, I've never played a Fire Emblem game. I know they're fun. I know they're well made, and I can't believe Nintendo fucking closed with this game. They should have swapped places with the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that one. But okay, yeah. If you're not big on the tactics games, folks, I would definitely think about other games besides maybe Fire Emblem. Even the modern versions of Fire Emblem. Like, think about best analogy, or the best way I can give this, or good example of why they can be rough sometimes, is and you know this, Matt, when you're in a tactics game and you attack and you're like, all right, I'm going to attack with my bow. I'm going to attack with my sling my spell, or I'm going to use my sword. You just use those weapons, and that's what that character's built around. In Fire Emblem games, when you use the item, it has durability. Spells have only so many charges. It's a hard, it gets kind of hardcore in that regard.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm excited for people that are excited for it. I know there's a lot of Fire Emblem fans out there, so yay, a new one. Fun.
Yay. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna some of this, folks, I'm gonna be honest. If you care, you can go look up the Nintendo Direct, but I know one person.
Hey, go watch our stream. Go watch our live reacts on twitch.tv/Metroid Database.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah, like I know one person that's excited for Tamagotchi Life of the Dream. Okay, sorry,
it's me. It's me.
The dream.
Ryan's excited for it.
I actually like the original Tamagotchi Life, but only for one reason.
Oh, let me hear it.
Well, it's because I had a single 3DS and I shared it with an ex, and we both had Tamagotchi Life together. And that game multiplayer is incredible amount of fun, especially if you have an SO to play with. So if you want to play single player, it's not really that great. But if you have family members and you want to share an experience together, Tamagotchi Life is actually really, really fun. It's incredible. It's like the absolute definition of quirky. Like everything about that game is quirky. That's the best way to describe it.
So you're probably going to play this one with Gary then.
Yes, I'm
cool.
considering it. Yes,
very cool.
It's very, very quirky.
Mm-hmm. Damn it, you say that, and now suddenly I find myself in the future. I see myself in the future being a Thanos and saying, "Perhaps I judged you too harshly."
Yeah. The original was actually it's one of Yoshio Sakamoto's other properties. Yoshio Sakamoto is the director of the Metroid games, and he is also the director of Tamagotchi Life.
Very cool. So there's probably some Metroid Easter eggs in there, isn't there?
I think there is. Yeah, I think there is. There's like a Mii looks like Samus in it, and I think there's another point where it shows people playing Wii on a TV, and they're playing Metroid. Something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna check that out. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you're excited for it. I know my kiddo is. Next game up on the list, I'm going to touch on here, this one, mostly because I'm a selfish asshole, and I loved the original of the series. This is the third installment. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment gets a release date on November 5th. I say I'm interested, but I'm kind of keeping my distance to see, mostly because the art style is more of the Breath of the Wild art style, and you and I talked about this, Matt. It never clicked with me as much as Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. I could keep going, right? This is a Musou, Dynasty Warrior style game, just with a Legend of Zelda twist. I know this isn't necessarily for you, Matt, right?
I'm very interested in the story, and that's it. I'm not a big fan of Musou games. There was like 4 fucking Musou games in this direct.
You're right, and you know that's what's what really and I started to rant on this one, but that's what really pisses me off about the whole Zelda timeline thing, and then where they put where they were trying to figure out how to do Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is the original Hyrule Warriors is non-canon according to Nintendo.
That's stupid.
But there's so much crossover from all 3 of the timelines that if they had just said, you know what, no, that's at the end, and then it culminates into 1,000 years later, here's Breath of the Wild, chef's kiss would have been the simplest explanation to do it all. But what do I know, right?
Well, what I don't like about the original Hyrule Warriors, sorry to go this, I'm trying so hard not to rant right now, but
please
go ahead.
It retcons Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, no, you guys can take my middle finger and shove it up your ass. Like, come on, guys. Like, why would you make a story that literally retcons the story of the Zelda game? Like, why?
Because even Nintendo doesn't understand the timeline.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I've played multiple Muso games at this point, and I will never play another Muso game as long as I live. I will not do it.
Yeah, I'm also curious about the performance. How's this shit gonna run?
It will not be good, Matt. It will not be good.
No, it will not. That's Nintendo for you. Speaking of Nintendo for you, just funny. I'm pulling as I'm looking for these articles. This one specifically. I was getting the summary from Polygon. All of the URL links to the YouTube trailers are directly embedded into their website. Nice. But this one and another one have been, I'm assuming, struck down in classic Nintendo fashion because all it says is this video is private.
Okay.
Sorry. Wow. I had to throw it out there. Yeah, there's some other stuff that's coming out there. We've got DK Bonanza DLC that's already out for those that are interested. I can't speak to it personally, but it looks like Matt is ready to step up to the plate. So I'm going to throw the pitch over to you and let you go.
Just a small rant. We like our rants here on Shapes of Gaming. Okay, this. They announced DLC for Legends ZA. They announced paid DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins. They announced paid DLC for a lot of other games. The announcement of this paid DLC, right, 4 months after DK Bonanza, is a little out of character for Nintendo. And I think Nintendo's going down a bad route. I've been saying Nintendo's in their fucking villain arc right now. But it's $20. I've heard not great things about it. I heard it's kind of a cash grab, and the game is already $70, and they're asking for another 24 months after the game's been released. Nah, I was gonna buy DK Bonanza and I was gonna play it. I've heard really good things, but now I'm gonna wait for the fucking complete edition.
Right.
And
the complete edition with an extra thing like Bowser's Fury,
Exactly. Right. On Switch 3. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I agree. They're really pushing it. Like this, and it's a timing thing. Like if this was like mid 2026, I would understand it. But I feel like people haven't even tasted Donkey Kong Bonanza yet. I haven't. I was waiting for it, But unfortunately, that's the way Nintendo goes these days. They want to DLC everybody. It's not fun.
I think it's kind of their subscription model for each game, and I'm not into it. And the fact that, spoiler for one of the announcements, but they announced paid DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA before the fucking game is even out. Why am I going to buy the base game? Like we've had Pokemon DLC before in the mainline entries, but it was like 6 to 8 months after the game fucking released. Give the game some time to breathe. Let people play it.
Mega Dimension, Matt.
It's Mega Raichu, whatever. I don't care. And all the Mega Stones, there were some color palettes there. Like I've been theorizing who's going to get a Mega. I don't care. I'm going to buy ZA Complete Edition when it comes out in a year or two, and all that'll be included for the same fucking price, probably. Like early adopters are just getting screwed. And I hate this paid DLC announcement.
I agree.
And
I think
I
early
don't
Switch 2. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, Matt. Early Switch 2 adopters are getting absolutely screwed unless you're like extremely wealthy. You're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on these Switch 2 games, and it doesn't make any sense because these aren't who owns a Switch 2. Not wealthy people, it's families with children. Right. These are the people that are buying Switch 2s. And these people don't have a lot of money. So, I don't get it. They are totally in their villain arc.
Yeah, it's the fans that are getting shafted.
Yeah.
And, like, dude, Mario Kart, the marquee Nintendo Switch 2 first party exclusive title that released for the system, is $80, right? And there's not a lot of game there. I'm sorry. I did all this. I haven't done the side stuff, but like I heard the open world was pretty bare and not a lot in there. But dude, it's just I'm not I'm not opposed to paid DLC, right? But let your game breathe a little. And certainly, and Borderlands is fucking guilty of this too. They announced all their DLC. We don't even know what it is. I mean, and they're. I'm not going to buy it. I'll buy the DLC when it releases. Borderlands has awesome DLC, but like, I just wish this wasn't becoming commonplace, and I wish it wasn't seen as acceptable as like they're selling you additional content when the game isn't even fucking out, or the game hasn't even been out for 4 months. Like, dude, give the game 6 months to a year to breathe, and then give us DLC. It's just I hate the practice. Absolutely. And I saw it a lot in this event, and God, man, I hate it. I don't like it, and I'm not going to support it. And I haven't bought Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I won't, because might be another couple pieces of DLC that come out in another 4 months that are $20, and they're just going to keep asking. And, right. I'll just get the complete edition. I'll get the game when it's fucking complete.
Yep. I got burned on Tiny Tina's DLC promises, so I'm over it myself.
The Wonderlands DLC was horrible, and I blind bought that because we've had so many great experiences. I mean, Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, even Borderlands 3, some of the best DLC offerings out there, right? But then Wonderlands was a fucking one dungeon with no new hunters or anything like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Nintendo can suck it. Dude, my Switch 2 has been on the dock for almost since I bought. I played Echoes. I played a little bit of Pokemon Violet, and I played here and there. I fired up Metroid Prime Remastered to check it out, Dread to check it out, but other than that, I don't own a fucking Switch 2 game. And guess what? I have no plans to buy a Switch 2 game in the next fucking year, because I'm getting...
Wait, you got the Mario Kart edition, though, right? Other than Mario Kart, you're saying? Oh, really?
I sold my code. Bob came over. He brought his Switch. We started playing Mario Kart late into the night, and we rolled fucking credits on it in 3 hours.
Wow.
And I said, I don't need this game. And I sold my digital copy. And guess what? I'm not buying Metroid Prime 4 on Switch 2. I'm buying it on Switch 1 because that...
Because you want the better box art.
I like the fucking box art. You're buying a piece of art.
Yeah, but you're still going to be tied to the internet, Matt. We can talk about that later. Let's focus. Let's focus.
I know, but the Switch 2 edition is the same exact way, Ryan.
Yeah, let's focus.
No, it's not. It has the game and the update on the cart. Yes. Yes, okay. Matt. We'll talk about this later.
We'll talk about later.
I got 2 other things I wanted to touch on before before we really get into this. This one, I'm super excited for, but I'm also pissed off because there is no confirmed date for the other consoles.
Right.
You already know where I'm going with this, Matt. I anticipate this. I love this game. I didn't know you even knew this game until we started talking about it.
Platinum.
That's an achievement. Hades 2 is rolling out to Switch and Switch 2 this year. And in fact, less than 10 days from when we're recording, September 25th. I want to play this game so bad, but I'm not entirely sure I want to play it on the Switch 2. This game, cell shading and its music deserves to go on the mantle. The PlayStation 5 Pro all of the soundbar injections and stuff. I'm assuming you're right there with me, Matt.
Dude, this was one of the 5 exciting takeaways of the show. I fucking love Hades. It's my favorite Supergiant game. I can't wait for 2. I am 100% going to wait for the physical edition on PS5, and I will wait a year if I have to. I have no desire to play this on the Switch. I'm going to get the optimal version. That's all I have to say on that. And I'm very excited for this game. Hades is amazing. I love Greek mythology. I love the art style. It's one of the best roguelikes made. They do it very well. Ryan, I know you hate roguelites. You're rolling your eyes. You're like, roguelike. But Hades, you played Hades too, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna start over. Fuck this game.
Of it. No, I had my fill. I was playing the Switch version, but I played that game quite a bit, and then I eventually sold it.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this game, and I can't wait for it to come to PS5. I assume we're going to get an announcement at the Game Awards for maybe a mid 2026 release, maybe earlier. Who knows? I don't know. But I know the physical version of the Switch 2 is way later. It's like in November, right?
I believe so. I don't. Yeah. I would
November
have to go
20th.
check that. I'm sorry.
November 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that the first game that I ever played was Supergiant's first game, Bastion. I absolutely loved Bastion. I still listen to the music every now and then from Bastion, which has
so good,
incredible music. But if you guys like action RPGs like Zelda, highly recommend Bastion. It's a really fun game.
I love Bastion. Yeah, and you played Transistor too, right? I'm trying to get Bob to play Transistor.
I never beat it, but another game that has incredible just art. The art design in that game is like,
I consider that maybe Bastion would be more cozy. I'd consider Supergiant games maybe on the edge of cozy, but Transistors, you got to put some thought into Transistor for sure.
Yeah, it's more of an action RPG with strategy elements. Like there's turn-based elements to it, but it's definitely an action RPG.
Yeah, it's very high tech, somewhat of a cyberpunk aesthetic.
Yes.
With this hot redhead female protagonist
and a talking sword.
Sword, hell yeah.
It's good.
Oh, talking sword, I'm in. That's good. All right, so I got one last thing I want to talk about, gentlemen, and I'm gonna let you guys go free into your realm. This kind of was like right there with previous announcements. This one had me excited. I know you haven't played this, Matt. I'm curious to see if you've played it there, Ryan. It's not the baby of the series, but Dragon Quest VII is getting reimagined, whatever that's supposed to mean. But this is coming to Switch and Switch 2, February 5th, so right up the alley of Resident Evil. But I played this. I'm pretty sure I still have my 3DS copy downstairs in my bin. This game is from everything I remember about it, it is a long haul. So if you are interested in Dragon Quest, this has a lot of the classic Dragon Quest tropes of the slimes and things of that nature, with the music and that Akira Toriyama art style and the storytelling and everything. But it's a beefy game. So just keep that in mind. Are you interested in actually finally getting into this version of Dragon Quest there, Matt?
This was the fourth of my most exciting takeaway. They said they streamlined the length of it and they brought quality of life stuff that was in 11. I'm in for that. I love Dragon Quest 11. The remake I really want is Dragon Quest 8. So we're getting there. And dude, the art style of this, it looks straight out of a fucking diorama. It's awesome. I have this pre-ordered. I'm in day one. It has like a month in between Resident Evil 9, so I think it'll be fine. And if they streamline it enough, it won't take too much time. I platinumed fucking Echoes of an Elusive Age, Dragon Quest 11. It was like 150 hours, and I love newer Dragon Quests. The older Dragon Quests, the quality of life stuff really is missing, and it shows. And as long as they bring the quality of life stuff that 11 has, I'm all in. Very excited.
Good. What about you, Ryan?
I don't play traditional RPGs.
Fair enough. That's all I got to hear. It's funny you say they streamline this a la Dragon Quest 11, and I'm like, what kind of line of cocaine are you doing off a hooker's ass? Because Dragon Quest 11 is a fucking long ass RPG, man.
No. I'm saying they 7 is really bulky and beefy. They streamlined 7, not 11. 11, you have to play fucking 3 times. I get it. I was there. Okay, I was there. I crafted every single item in that game for one of the trophies for the platinum. I was there.
He says that with a PTSD.
Oh yeah. 11 certainly wasn't streamlined, but it sounds like 7 is kind of in the same vein, but they're streamlining and they said they're streamlining it a little better. So that's what I meant by that.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. And I could see how they could do that. I don't want to really kind of like give too much in terms of the spoiler
right.
stuff, but there are some mechanics with the hooks of storytelling to where I could see how like I remember it being a bit of a slog because of that.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious to see how they do it. But yeah, those are the big takeaways. You guys can absolutely go to the Twitch stream where these two gentlemen talked all about it for the direct and got live reactions. Feel free to go check that out. But there was one last thing for some reason thrown in the middle randomly with no love. And I know this is near and dear to both of your hearts. And that's we're finally got a release date for Metroid Prime 4. It is coming this year. It's unfortunately coming right at the exact same time as Octopath Traveler 0. So that's going to be rough. But I'm going to shut the hell up and I'm going to let you gentlemen take it away from here.
Yeah. First off, before we get into this, if you want to see everything that was announced, twitch.tv/Metroid database. And there were a lot of other things announced, but the star of the show, which we're about to talk about, is the crown jewel of it. And Ryan, we'll let you take this one. What was finally announced? Or I can. And before we get into it, what are our overall thoughts of the show? Like a grade.
Well, first off, I want to show. Hold on, okay, it's still up there. I just wanted to make absolutely certain that you could still see our recap, and because I wanted to mention it's also on YouTube as well. So we're on YouTube, Metro Database. Just look up Metro Database on YouTube, and you can. I usually multicast when I do Twitch. I also do it on YouTube at the same time, so it's there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So what were you asking? What were you asking?
Cool. Just overall thoughts on the show. Let's go. We'll do just a grade.
Just a grade. I mean, B minus. I would say. Yeah. Overall, I would. Yeah. I think there were a lot of surprises, but overall, it's like I don't want to play farming simulators, and I want to play Muso games, and that's all you're giving me. So.
Right. Yeah, we literally got a Pokemon farming sim game. Like, what the fuck?
And then remakes. How many? Is that what you're giving me? Okay.
Right. Yep. Yeah. How about you, Bob?
I'm in the same boat for different reasons. Because I think there's a place for the farming sims. The industry right now is hot with remakes and remasters. You don't have to go very far before you trip over a great one. But I disliked some of the announcements that were out there. Like, please be excited for Pokemon Legends ZA DLC, and the game's not even out yet, which we talked about. Little things like that. And then most notoriously, I am going to just say this now. I did not want to rant, but so I'm going to get it quick and over with. Why in God's green earth are you resurrecting the Virtual Boy, and then you're selling an accessory for $100?
Same.
Nor on top of that, you're selling the cardboard version for $30.
Right.
And you say it with an excited tone, or you can get the cardboard version. Dude, stop.
Yeah.
Just read.
They're smelling their own farts at that point.
I already got a Virtual Boy headache just thinking about it. Like, Virtual Boy gave me so bad motion sickness, and I've actually played a Virtual Boy pretty recently, like within the last 6 or 7 months, and it still gave me a headache, and I am not interested.
The thing that really irritates me about the Virtual Boy, and I promise I'll be off of it afterwards, is the way Nintendo kind of pushed the product and rushed it out the door and did a lot of things that to try to meet market a virtual in an imagined market demand to get ahead of the game. That Gunpei Yokoi left Nintendo after that, and because after he left Nintendo, he was killed in a car accident 6 months afterwards. So Nintendo, you killed Gunpei Yokoi. You can fuck off.
No,
because
that's not how it went. That's not how it went, Bob. But yes, a lot of people like to draw that conclusion, but unfortunately,
I know.
That's not how it went.
There was more to it. I was giving it gay, Ryan. I know there's more to that.
Okay.
But that was my thanks. You got to bring up that memory again. But yeah, absolutely. Keep it going. That's why I give him the B, because you gave me a lot of good stuff, and then you sold me some crap on the end that nobody asked for.
Yeah. I had 5 exciting takeaways. Wasn't a fan of the DLC announcements. I'd say C or a C, and they don't get a C minus. Yeah, they don't get a C minus because of the announcement we're about to talk about. They pigeonholed this in the middle of the show. They basically were like, "Oh yeah, here we know."
At least they didn't shadow drop it, right? At least they didn't shadow drop. I mean, it was almost a shadow drop, but it wasn't.
I still think it's going to get delayed again.
Oh no, it's not going to get delayed.
Yeah,
no way.
We finally got some more Metroid Prime 4 news and a new trailer,
and 3 amiibos,
and a fucking Samus Tron bike. So when it started, it was in this environment that looked straight out of the fucking Matrix, right? And I think we called it pretty quick. I was like, "Oh, is this it? Is this it?"
Yeah, it's
Prime
4.
We knew what it was.
If I may, thank you, Matt. I couldn't figure out where that reminded me of that opening trailer. Thank you. It was bothering me.
It's my favorite movie of all time. It's in the battery fields. When I don't want to spoil the Matrix, because I mean, I know it's an old movie, but it's got an incredible fucking twist. So, yeah, no spoiling of the Matrix here. Anyway, we lost our shit, and you can see it on video. And Ryan, you squealed like a little girl.
Yep, I did.
And we clipped that.
Rightfully so.
Dude, they showed that about it. Then they showed fucking Samus coming out on that bike. It's called the Viola bike. VI-O-LA, which I assume is an acronym for something. Dude, how excited were you when you saw this shit go down? And then they showed some open world with the bike.
Beyond
bike hyped. Gameplay looked a little rough.
I am beyond hyped, Matt. Beyond. I am Metroid beyond hyped. Yes. I really want them to have a good commercial for it and get the game to the audience it deserves, because it is. We have been waiting so long for this game, and
8 years, right?
Yeah. And there's
holy shit, has it been that long?
Yeah,
8 years, dude.
Feels longer.
Yeah, people have graduated college during the development of this game. You know, like people have graduated high school and college, and they're still waiting for it to come.
I think like development got scrapped, and they like remade this game because the first teaser was more in like the corruption font. The 4 was kind of in the corruption font. Yeah, because at the end of Corruption, they tease probably the antagonist of the. I don't think it's the main antagonist. Yeah, Sylux. Yeah, we'll talk about what's in the marketing, what's in the trailer. Yeah, they tease Sylux's ship following Samus's ship, and I mean it's going right into it.
If you get 100% in Corruption, that's what happens at the end.
Which, if you're a true Metroid fan, you would.
Yeah, you would, of course, of course. Yeah. But yeah, the Delano 7. Flies away, follows Samus. I just don't. I don't want it to. I'm trying to control my hype for it, to be honest, because I don't want to be let down. You know, I don't want to be let down. It looks amazing. I think it's 100% the Switch. What do they call it? The killer app. It's the Switch
marquee
2
title.
Switch 2 killer app, and Nintendo really needs to like lean into it. No more leaning into Donkey Kong Bonanza. You got to lean into Metroid Prime 4 because that's where your user base is going to come in, and they're going to say, I am running out right this very fucking moment, and I'm buying a Switch 2. And it's all because of Metroid Prime 4.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm very excited.
You're even the minimal hype you have is so unlike you. I'm like, dude, I'll text you and be like, oh my god, like this game I'm so hyped, and you're just like, it looks all right.
Deep down, it's all deep down, Matt. It's all deep down inside me. I'm like screaming my head off. But no, it's good. I really I'm kind of at this point because I'm so inundated by the community. I'm sick of reading all these stupid bike complaints. That's quieted down as of late, but there's still people out there that are like complaining about, oh, it's open world, and oh, the desert doesn't look very interesting, and oh, what are you gonna do with the bike? And Samus doesn't need a bike; she has speed booster, and just a lot of stupid complaints. Just wait till
play the fucking game.
Just play the game.
Yeah. Play the fucking game.
Again, they're trolls. They're mostly
how many people talking negatively about these games nowadays actually either intend to play the game or have played the game?
Exactly. Good question. Probably
that
not
is
many.
A fair question.
It probably doesn't correlate. The people bitching are the ones that have time to bitch because none of us have time because we're playing the fucking game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not enough games.
Well, I will say this before I forget. When it comes out, I will not be streaming it. I will be playing it myself personally for me on my own TV, and then I will stream it. So it will probably be at least a few weeks before you see my actual reactions when I play the game. I might tweet about it, but other than that, I want to play the game for me first. It wasn't like that with Dread. Like when Dread came out, I streamed it first when I actually played it for the first time. And I think in the end that it kind of took away from it. It took a little bit away from my overall enjoyment of the game, playing it for the first time on stream. So I don't want to lose that when I play Prime 4.
Dude, there's a lot that goes into like interacting with the community. Doing all the actions you need to do on Twitch.
Right.
I played Metroid Zero Mission, and it was entirely different than when I usually just, plop myself down on the couch and just get immersed into the game. It was, so I'm really glad you're doing that. I'm glad you're just focusing on it, getting immersed, because I think this game is exactly. I think this game is going to be great. I do think the bike gameplay did look a little rough, but there's time to polish. I'm excited for the concept. I'm excited for a fucking Samus Tron bike. I'm excited for the fact that the we can start theory crafting a little bit, but the logo does imply that it has something to do with a black hole, and there might be time travel. And you were saying the bike might be Samus's DeLorean, and that like made my balls tingle a little bit, and I was like, oh shit. That would be incredible.
For sure.
So
I think the bike is way more than what we're led to believe it is than just a simple traversal tactic.
Dude, what if it's like a transformer and it turns into a mech she can get into?
It could be a million different things, right? And it has some kind of attack. She has like a side swipe attack as far as what we saw. But maybe we'll get upgrades and it'll have like a fucking Gatling gun on it or something. I don't know.
Right?
I'm glad to hear you guys are excited about the bike, if I may. Just because I think that I see where people might be, I don't want to say purists in this regard, and might have the negative reaction to it. But I'm glad to hear that because you guys are definitely bigger Metroid fans than me. But I think of as a parallel, like I'm not a big Sonic guy, but I'm telling you, Sonic Frontiers was a very, very solid game. So I'm not saying it's going to necessarily be in a direct parallel, but my point is, let the creatives kind of express themselves a little bit.
Absolutely.
That time travel thing, man. Oh, now it's going to be in the back of my head the whole time.
Beyond the fourth dimension,
beyond
the third dimension, and yeah, the title it has a black hole, and that, I mean, it is a black hole, but it's also, we've seen the artifact, and it looks like the artifact, and that artifact could be a time travel device. That could be the fucking bike's engine.
Right. But on top of that, she needs a suit to drive the bike. So, it's got to engulf her body for a reason. She has to have that suit on.
Right.
It's not just like an environmental thing. It's beyond.
And speaking of suits, we got 3 amiibos, and one of the amiibos, that's a new suit. It's kind of the traditional Prime suit mix.
It's her psychic ability in the helmet.
Yes,
that's what
she
that
has
is.
the purple visor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the midsection is different. Like, everything's different. It's
they
redesigned
her. They redesigned her suit just a little bit, and that amiibo, it seems a little different than what is that from that original Varia suit.
Exactly.
That we saw in the first trailer. Yeah.
Right.
But let me get back to marketing. Like, I think if Nintendo, okay, so historically, I sigh because I'm so over it, and they have historically dropped the ball every goddamn time on marketing Metroid properly. They they do not know what to do. They have absolutely no fucking idea how to properly market Metroid, and you can see it every single time. If you watch the fucking Super Metroid USA commercial is so bad to this day. It's just even I don't have like rose-colored glasses. I don't have nostalgia over that stupid commercial. It's so dumb. It did not help. It did not do the game any favors whatsoever. Throughout the entire world. Now, the Japanese Super Metroid commercial, that's a whole nother story. That's one of the best commercials they've ever made for the Metroid franchise. I will say, Other M's commercial is probably one of the best commercials they ever made for the franchise in general. Yeah, Other M's commercial is amazing. And Prime 1's commercial is amazing. Prime 2 and 3's commercials, not so amazing. Not so amazing. Yeah, but they need to market it properly. And if they just like release a game, okay, play it, and they don't say a word about it, like I expect them to do that. I'm sorry I have to be cynical on this, but I'm expecting Nintendo to just once again drop the ball on marketing the franchise. I'm so sick of it.
And dude, bounty hunters are cool. Like with the Mandalorian, and now we have a strong female bounty hunter that Nintendo is sitting on, that they have this incredible opportunity to put in the limelight, like on the echelon of Zelda and Mario and Donkey Kong.
Yes.
And they just can't fucking dial it in for some fucking reason. They shadow dropped one of their best fucking GameCube games of all time that happens to be a Metroid game. They fucking shadow dropped it. We were there, and we reacted to that one too. And I was like, what are you do? Why would you not gain hype for this? And the Prime series, we're on the 4th one. There's 2 others. There's 3 Prime games out right now. Are they really going to give us a remaster of 1 and then be like,
no, forget about 2 and 3.
You don't
have to worry about that.
Corruption was stuck on the Wii. Mm-hmm. The controls were a little janky, and I would love to play an up-resed version of Corruption on a Pro controller. And Echoes. Yeah. Dude, I thought and with all this marketing of the trilogy stuff, I thought for sure we were getting a trilogy remake, and who knows, they might fucking shadow drop that before Prime in November or something. I don't know.
Doubt it. There are rumors. I must say there are rumors that 2 and 3 have been worked on and are quote unquote finished. I don't know how much truth there is to those rumors, but it would be nice. It would be nice if they could somehow remaster 2 and 3 and put them on Switch 2, and I'd be right there getting them.
Dude, wouldn't it be? Haven't they been having directs specifically for games? Because we had a Mario Kart direct, right? What if we got a Metroid direct?
I know. And
what if they announced the trilogy there, or at least 2 and 3 remastered? That
would be amazing. That would generate so much hype. Yeah.
Right? I swear to God, if we don't get a Metroid direct and we got a fucking Mario Kart direct,
yeah,
I'm gonna set my Switch on fire. Don't do that.
Bob, are you gonna say something?
Yeah, sorry.
well, no, you're fine. I'm theory crafting here as I'm listening to you guys. I'm curious. Maybe you know this, Ryan. Have we gotten sales data from the Metroid Prime remaster from Nintendo?
I don't think from Nintendo, but you could probably go to VG Charts and check that out. I don't know if that's like blasphemy to say VG Charts on this, but maybe take those numbers with a grain of salt. But VG Charts might be able to give you some idea of what those are.
Yeah, there's a reason, and the only reason I ask is I'm just curious because they're a business, and if, let's say, we know the original was what, almost 3 million, and if they only sold 1.5 million, and I say only because that's more money than I'd ever need, maybe Nintendo just doesn't see the juice worth the squeeze. And I'm theory crafting here. Please, just completely theory crafting.
Yeah, right. Well, I know there have been really stupid articles out there talking about how SIlksong outsold Dread, and I know it's dumb because SIlksong came out on literally every console, right? And Prime or Dread only came out on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, Dread did not sell that well.
Ugh.
I know it breaks my heart to say that, but it didn't sell as.
Dread was so good.
I know, but it just didn't sell it's a niche title. It is. Metroid is niche, no matter how you look at it. It's a niche title. They don't know how to market it. They never will. They never will know how to market it. The only thing I could think of that would deeply help the fan base of the Metroid franchise is by creating an anime version of it. Kind of similar to how they made the Castlevania anime, which kind of came out of nowhere. But like if you want to expand your user base, you have to make more media for that. And I think if they made a quick series, like an 8-episode Metroid series that was an anime, it would really help garner more interest in the franchise. Otherwise, they don't give a shit. They want to put all their eggs on Mario and Pokemon and Zelda. Yeah,
dude, Samus is so much cooler. A intergalactic space bounty hunter is so much cooler than a fucking plumber.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, when you get down to it, right? Like the game, Mario the game is awesome, and they did a pretty good job with the movie. But when you get down to it, he's a plumber that eats mushrooms. And yeah, we're getting the synergy with Mario. We're getting a Galaxy movie. We got a animated movie. Like, why don't they do the same with Metroid? Metroid's like one of their coolest fucking IPs. Yep. Like, other than like the space theme, we have Star Fox, right? But like Metroid just is so incredible, and
it doesn't have to be dark. We're not asking for like alien levels of darkness, R-rated bullshit. Keep it T for teen. That's fine, but you aren't going to gain your audience unless you do more. You can't just keep what you're doing. You can't just keep you can't keep walking the line you're walking currently, because the the user base is not going to expand. So,
right.
and I'm not Nintendo. I'm not Nintendo's marketing team. They can figure it out. I'm not going to give them tips. Figure it out. You are the ones that are running this franchise. We're the ones that are playing it. I can only do so much.
Right.
So yeah, they got to do something because currently whatever they're doing isn't working.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very frustrating.
Oh.
It is. But as for excitement on Prime 4, I think your hype level is through the roof.
It is.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
What are you most excited about Prime 4? Like,
I think the ability to play using the same style as remastered, which I think is amazing and so buttery smooth using that gameplay, is what I'm the most excited about. And maybe the new visors, that'll be cool. The new music, the new environments. Yeah, I hope they go beyond. Just like the standard, how many times are we going to go into a law world, right? How many times are we going to go into a jungle? How many times are we going to go into a desert? How many times are we going to go this, that, and the other, right? But I love, I'll tell you, and I know this is probably going to be controversial. My favorite part of Prime 3 is when you go to Planet Phase, because it's so alien and it's so weird. It's just weird, and it's like, where the hell am I? Why does nothing make sense? Everything's like, and it's so short-lived, but that was one of the most memorable places of the game for me. And I really hope that Prime 4 has some really interesting, fucked up environments that people can enjoy. I'm really excited for that. Hopefully.
Yeah. My favorite was Skytown, for sure.
Yeah, Skytown's amazing.
The music of Skytown. And in Corruption, we got to travel to different planets too. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, because I saw in the open world desert of Prime 4 that like you saw kind of the landmarks of each level. And I think the levels are contained within this one planet, but who knows? That might be the first part, and then we do travel to different planets. She's on a ship. Her ship seems intact. So yeah, I fucking love Prime. I played Prime Remastered. I played it back to back. I played normal and then hard to unlock everything and see the new Samus model without her helmet. And she looks great. So I am beyond excited for this game. It is my most anticipated game of the year. It has been for the duration of the year, and we're getting it at the end of the year. Unfortunately, it's not going to make the cut for the Game Awards until next year. It'll probably have that bias of, it released last year, so everyone's going to forget about it. But I think it's going to be a great game. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Prime series. I love every bit of it. I love the emphasis on, scanning enemies and getting that bestiary. And I'm actually, first person shooters are one of my least favorite genres. Ironically, I'm playing Borderlands right now. Ironically, I like Metroid Prime. But I just love the jump from 2D to this, and we were all skeptical, right? We were like, I don't know about this. But then when we got our hands on it, like we actually didn't bitch about it, and we waited to play the fucking game until we judged it.
Right.
And it was, I fucking fell in love with it. When you hit Talon 4 and that music,
I know.
It's one of my favorite Metroid games, and we've been waiting for this for a while. Fuck, we played Corruption on the Wii in 2013?
Corruption came out in 2008.
Oh, it's even worse.
Jesus.
I think.
Shit.
I think it was 2008.
Let's verify. No, because the Cube released in 2002, and then we got Echoes in...
Corruption was Wii, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In the we released.
That would make sense. And it released in 06.
Other M. Okay. Other M came out in 2010.
Wow.
2008 was Japan. 2007 was ours. 2007
Even Corruption?
even early Corruption. 2007.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
I just went to a little website called Metroid Database to look that up.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh yeah, everything Metroid's on there. You break it down by a game. Tell us a little bit about like Metroid Database and what people can find there, why they should go there if you're a fan of Metroid.
Well, I mean, for the record, so the original website was created by a guy named TJ, and he made that site hand coded in Notepad back in 1996, and it was like one of, if not the first Metroid fan site ever released on the internet, and he kind of expanded it over the years. And he had a BBS board. I think that's what it's called, or it was like a BB board, something like that. That's how I joined the community. Is I joined the original Metroid Database B board. It was one of these boards where you would just like, it was a single page, and you would go in there and you would make a topic, and then if the page got too long, all those previous topics would just disappear. Like they would be gone. So there was a limit to how many topics could be on the page at one time. And that's how old that was.
Wow.
So that's how I joined the community. And then long story short, I basically ended up owning the whole website. And I had some help along the way. Of course, I had some former staff members that helped work on the site. I will never ever forget their contributions. They are still up there. The Metroid Database is basically, you can find every single song of the entire series. You can find every single comic that's ever come out, translated Japanese manga. We have custom artwork. We have all the all the instruction manuals, just basically every single thing you want to know about Metroid is on our site, just shy of being a wiki. Now, let me just make this real quick, talk about wikis. So these days, wikis have taken over. They have taken up the mantle on what we used to know as fan sites, because wikis are community driven, and there is no like owner overall, and so mostly, and they're easy. You know, you just go in there, you search for whatever you want, and you find a wiki. And it's funny because like Carrie and I will be watching the show, and she'll like ask a question, and I'll be like, "To the wikis!" That's a line we say every now and then. To the wikis, but. Nice. But I mean, we're not really competing with the wikis, because if you really want to find literally every single possible thing that has to do with Metroid, it's very likely that you could find that on a wiki. Mm-hmm. We don't really aim that to be our goal. We want to celebrate the franchise and just be more centered around the fandom, and not be a wiki. You know, we kind of want to preserve what fans used to have, and and we're like one of the only ones that do that, along with all the news that Metroid has. So I'm very proud of the work I've done for the site, and I really appreciate all the support people have given me over the years. It's just amazing, the love and care that everyone has given to the site. We have a very big Discord. We have thousands and thousands of members on our Discord, and a huge community. And I think I don't know, there's like 50 or 60,000 people if you add up all our total of our followership on socials. We have quite a big following. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Awesome. But it's a fun little gig.
Yeah. You're the owner and operator, and it's an awesome site. I'll go there from time to time, and it's just very has a lot of information. And if you're a Metroid fan, go check it out and definitely join the Discord. And yeah, it's there's a few of us, but we're passionate, and I think I love Metroid fans, most of them, because it's like you said, it's a niche IP from Nintendo, and if you're like, oh, you like Metroid, like you're kind of like not in the bulk of everyone that likes, I hate to say it, but Zelda, Mario, Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? Like I'm a huge Zelda fan, right? It's my favorite IP, but Metroid's my second favorite Nintendo IP. And Metroid's your favorite IP, right, Ryan? Of course.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
I have the Ridley tattoo to prove it.
Yeah, you do. You sure do. And you have a Samus tattoo as well. Yeah. And you got that tattoo as a passing of the torch for a Metroid database, right?
Yeah. So TJ, in 2007, I drove to where TJ lives, and he's a tattoo artist, and he tattooed Samus on my arm. Mm-hmm.
As like a passing of the torch.
Yeah, he was kind of done. He was kind of done with working on the site at that point, and he just wanted to give it to another team that were as passionate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Yeah, and you have a cool event coming up. You want to tell people about that?
Oh yeah, thanks. Okay. So I don't remember when I started, maybe like 2 or so years ago, is the annual Metroid Marathon that we're going to be holding, where Matt is actually going to be joining us this year, as he was there last year. So our goal is to play through all the Metroid games, most of the Metroid games. There's some that we leave out, like Metroid Prime Federation Force.
As we should.
Yes. We don't talk about that one. But, it's not a... we call it a marathon per se, but it's, it's just a way to play through all the games. And we're not like, staying up all night and playing the games through the night back to back to back to back. It's every day. It's every day throughout the month of October. This year, we're actually going to be starting on the 29th of September. So this Monday, that's a week or two from now, on the 29th of September, and play all the Metroid games. And I was actually thinking the other day, now we're going to have to extend. We're going to have to extend like more than a month because of Prime 4, because that's probably going to still take like 4 or 5 days to beat overall. And we're going to have to push that into the schedule somehow next year.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I had a blast last year. I rarely ever stream games on camera, paying attention to the comments. But I did, and I played Zero Mission, and I played it in 4 hours.
And you played it drunk.
I was a little buzzed. I kept getting handed very heavy stouts and porters, and I kept drinking them. I wasn't drunk. I was a little buzzed and very tired because I played through 1 a.m. and I think that the perceived drunkenness was maybe because I was a little tired. So
okay.
I had a blast. I think it was entertaining. People seem to have enjoyed it. And this year I'm going to be playing Metroid Prime Remastered.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be playing on the Switch 2 yet. I was excited for the paddles on the Procon 2, but I think my hands are too big for it, unfortunately. It's made for fucking baby hands.
Yeah.
So I might just be playing it on the Switch 1.
Which runs beautifully
on the Switch 1. Yeah, exactly. Right. Runs 1080 60, and it will run the same exact way on the Switch 2. So the only benefit on the Switch 2 would be the paddles, which if that'd be cool to map some of the functions of Prime on the paddles. I'm just saying, maybe like the rocket or the missile. That'd be kind of fun. But we have fun, and there's giveaways. We give away shit.
Oh yeah, lots of free giveaways.
It's very engaging. It's you can interact and you can redeem things. For my specific stream, you can actually change my lights if you wanted to, change the colors. If you tell me to hydrate, I'm probably going to drink my beer. That's fun and entertaining.
And you can also donate. You can also donate while we're doing this.
Exactly.
So I don't think we've chose a charity yet, but we will do that shortly. And that's the main reason why we're doing this, is to kind of fundraise for charity.
Yep, it's for a good cause. The last topic I wanted to talk about, why I have you here, Ryan, is MAGFest. MAGFest.
Okay. Sure. We can talk about MAGFest.
I wanted because Bob is going to MAGFest this year. We got our tickets, and you actually turned me on to MAGFest. And one of my very, very few regrets in life is not going earlier. And you kept telling me, like, you gotta go. But I had been going to PSX and the Game Awards, which were around the same time, and I had no fucking clue what I was missing, man. I just gotta say. And I should have listened to you.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have gone to those 3 MAGFests. You tried your best, and I appreciate that. And I think I even said, yeah, I'm going, and then I had to back out. Right. But hey, man, I went there for the Prime one. The first one was the Prime one.
And it blew your mind.
Dude, you were like, MAGFest is this year, and you're going. And I'm like, and you're like, it's Metroid Prime themed. And I'm like, you're goddamn right, I'm going. So, oh man, how in a couple sentences, how would you describe MAGFest, Ryan?
Well, I think I've told you this before, and I'll say it again. Quote, and I quote, MAGFest will change your life. MAGFest changed my life. It will change your life. Like, absolutely, without blinking. That festival, it made me a better person. I'm going to try real hard not to get choked up, because MAGFest means that much to me. And the people I've met through MAGFest, the things I've done through MAGFest, the very first couple of MAGFests, looking back, it's kind of surreal, like, thinking about it, because I didn't fully think, I didn't understand MAGFest, and it's just it's kind of the same. I say this a lot also. MAGFest, it's Burning Man for gamers, because when a lot of people that are into the whole Burning Man, I've never been to a Burning Man, but the at least the reception that I've read from people that do go to Burning Man is that they're having a life-changing experience, and they'll never ever miss another Burning Man as long as they live. And I'm sure the drugs help a lot for the people that go to Burning Man. But other than that, it's the community. It's absolutely, it's the sense of community. And one unfortunate thing about gamers is that we are not really connected. And the only way we are connected is through our screens and through social media. And there is a very, very big difference from talking to someone in a little chat bubble and then seeing the whites of their eyes. There's a very, very big difference. And that's what MAGFest does for you. It only at MAGFest can you go to the arcade room at 3 a.m. and sit down and play Super Monkey Ball and beat the shit out of Super Monkey Ball and have the time of your fucking life. And
with the banana controller.
With the banana controller. And you will talk about that constantly every time. And you will just like, I'm doing that again next year. Or you're going to play the F-Zero AX, the arcade version of F-Zero. Or
one of 6 in the world, right?
Right. Or there's like, I don't know, less than 10. Yes.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, all the music concerts. So it's like the video game music and the video games itself, and then all the community in between, and all the vendors, and just it's the festival. If it wasn't a 24-hour show, it would just be a normal game con. If it was just a 5, an 8, I don't know, 10 to 6 is usually what game conventions are. it would just be a normal game con, but it's not that. It's a 24-hour show, and it's amazing. And there's even a like a chant. There's a MAGFest chant, which is the Colossus roar, right? And it just it touches you. I don't know what I know that's a very cheesy thing to say, but it does. It touches you as a person. It touches you as a gamer. It will change your life. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd ever be able to experience that with other people. And it's all there at MAGFest, and I fucking love MAGFest.
And I'm so glad that you introduced me to it. This will be my fourth one. You not only have the arcade the size of a fucking super Walmart, you have another console room, you have a PC room, you have
indie games room as well.
Indie games room where we're talking. I was sitting down and talking with the devs from Heart Machine about Hyperlight Drifter. Like, there's some pretty big names there in the indie space.
Right.
And you have like a pretty much a Comic-Con, so all the vendors and everything with everything you can think of, fan gamers there, any of the merch you can think of. You got used games. It's just a celebration of everything gaming. And what I saw, because I've been to a lot of conventions, I've been to 3 PSXs, I've been to 3 Game Awards, never been to an E3, I've been to 4 Comic-Cons. The thing that sets MAGFest apart is they really are there to celebrate the art form. And everyone is there. I'd say it's kind of niche, right? Even though tickets sell out, but not a lot of people know about MAGFest. It stands for Music and Games Festival. It's all inside at a gorgeous hotel resort on the bay of National Harbor, Maryland. And like, everyone there is your friend because they're all passionate about
everyone there games. Is your friend. You can literally walk up to anyone and start shooting the shit about games, and they will respond like anytime. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is.
And we're not talking the popular games. We're not talking Call of Duty, Fortnite. I loved it. I fell in love with this place because on the boards it's like, fuck Call of Duty, fuck Fortnite. Like, we're talking the real games with the
real gamers.
So I'm so excited to go. Tickets just went on sale. We got our tickets.
It's a Mega Man X theme. Mega Man X theme. Yeah.
Bob, how excited are you for this after hearing all that? This is going to be your first MAGFest.
We're hyping the shit out of it. We're hyping the shit out of it.
Don't worry, Ryan hyped the shit out of it, and when I got there, my expectations were blown away, even though he just hyped the shit out of it.
I'll always keep expectations in check, man.
Yeah.
So you've got my ticket sale. What else could I say?
Oh yeah. Hopefully we get that room because the room lottery is God.
Yeah.
Ooh. So
I will say this though, like, Bob, to maybe quell some of that hype. There is one downside to MAGFest, and that is you will never ever be able to do it all. No matter what.
Yeah.
Even if you were like some kind of robot and you were able to like perfectly schedule your eating breaks and your pee breaks and your shit breaks and like everything else in between, you still would not be able to do it all. So that is unfortunately one of the downsides. And you have to just keep going back to really do it all. You have to just keep going back.
Yeah.
I'll get lost. You guys will find me eventually.
Absolutely.
Because there's panels too.
Oh yeah, there's panels. Yep.
There's panels. And you might have a panel this year.
I might. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I want to have the 30th anniversary panel, but they have to allow me to do it. Yeah. We'll see.
That'd be so cool. Cool. Yeah. So Metroid Prime 4, we're beyond excited. Pun intended. And yeah, can't wait to see more. They haven't showed us a lot, and we're super excited for MAGFest. But yeah, I wanted you to talk about MAGFest because this will be your, I think, like 13th?
Yeah, over 10. Definitely over 10. I don't know. I'll have to look and count my badges, but yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yep. And we've been talking about MAGFest, so yeah, if you're interested, go check it out. It's a celebration of everything games, and it's one of the best convention festivals I've ever been to, and it's unlike anything you'll ever go to. If you're a fan of games, you will love it. So, any other thoughts on Metroid Prime 4 or Metroid Database? Anything else you want to say?
I mean, I'm absolutely looking forward to Prime 4. I have my work cut out for me. You know, after the game comes out, I got to start updating the website. But that, that's part of the fun. And yeah, super excited. I once again, I appreciate all your support, all your followings. You can always come into the Discord if you want to chat with other like-minded individuals on the Metroid series. We are also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, all the above, YouTube. And then, of course, our Shopify site. So if you want to buy some cool swag, like we have these really awesome pins and stickers and T-shirts and prints, any of that, please feel free to go over there and support us. And we really appreciate that.
Awesome. Yeah. It's an incredible site, and I'm on the Discord. I think I'm like one of the members. Like,
yeah, you're an affiliate. Members. You're an affiliate.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah! Look at me go. Yeah, I help out the channel. I help out the site. I love it, and yeah, I can't wait for the Metroid Marathon. I'm very excited. So, and yeah, Metroid's always been a passion of mine, and it's like you said, it's niche, and it's really cool to have a community to talk about it. And you at MAGFest, there's a lot of people that love Metroid there too, and they kind of gravitate towards you, which is awesome. So yeah. Yeah, that's well, thank you so much for joining us, Ryan. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, this has been great. It's just been awesome talking to you guys again.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's why we started this podcast. Again.
This was great.
Of course. Maybe I don't know. Sometimes we think of the topic before we start the fucking show.
Oh,
you know. Yeah. I mean, dude, there are some topics that are planned ahead of time, and then some topics we just kind of wing, and that's how we kind of like it. And that's a lot of people have said, like, we like that you're real and that it's unscripted and that it's unfiltered, unedited, unfiltered, and all the uns. So we're just trying to be real, talk video games, and you've been a gamer for a while. You've been a good friend of mine for a while, and I've been wanting to have you on for a while. So I'm glad we finally made it happen, and I'm glad it coincided with some amazing news for Metroid Prime 4.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. If you guys want to talk about Metroid or any other games, join the Discord. We'll probably end up, when Metroid Prime 4 comes out, we'll have a spoiler channel for it. I know Ryan and I will be talking about it. And yeah, we're very excited for it. And we're just, gamers drinking, having a good time, talking games. That's what this is all about. So join the Discord and keep the conversation going. So thanks so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming, and most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado, by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.